Just you and me, let's escape, girl, tonight.
None of them boy, they no bad. None of them boy, they no bad. None of them boy, they no bad. Bad man, still forward to some archbishop. Them no bad.
You know I suggest. You know I suggest. Let's go.
Gentlemen, welcome back for day 2 of the Scottish Virtual Drift Series SVDS. Today, we have a lovely lineup of drivers for you for our top 32. If you missed out yesterday, we had our top 64, and we had some beautiful drivers make it through. So, we are going to be doing our top 32 today, and to bring up the bracket here is Alex O'Hara.
Yeah, so we're going to have a good top 32 battles today. As you saw, yesterday was a lot of buy runs, but today we haven't got so many. So, the first side of our top 32... we have Perez versus Cavish. That's going to be a good battle. And then we have Mustard versus Reddy, which is going to be a very exciting battle to see in R32 versus an S15. And then we have Wells versus Ebel, but we like to call him eBay because that's just our nickname for him. And then we have Aspel versus Kessler. That will be a very interesting battle. And then the second group of the left side of the top 32, we will have Andrejev versus Ostreka, which is two heavy hitters going against each other in the top 32. And then you have Sadowskis versus the young gunner, Goodall, which he's been putting a statement out there. And I hope Sadowskis has enough to bring. And hope it's a good battle there. And then we have Gibbons versus Magner, another good battle. It's going to be very good. And then we have Coat versus Edgecombe. That should be a good battle. And then the second side of top 32. Oh,
Oh,
looks
looks
like
like we've already got our first battle going. Here we go. Perez versus Cavish. We'll come back for the second half of the bracket in just a moment, but here we go. A beautiful job in the lead position so far by Perez, wrapping around the inside clip. Nice and tight. Cavish all over the side of that S15, just trying to gain that proximity, trying to get up and trying to show off that he's going to be moving on to the top 8, but Perez throwing down a really good lead run to follow, and you cannot have a good chase without a good lead, and that is one stellar example of a good lead to kick us off. Absolutely beautiful job from Alexander Perez in the first section of that, or in the first run of this battle here. Definitely showing off a good lead, but it gave Cavish the perfect opportunity to put down a really good chase. Let's see how this battle does on the flip side. Let's see how Alexander Perez does in the chase with Cavish in the lead. We're going to see how these guys do here. Here we go. The lights go green. Perez in the chase. Cavish in the lead. Here we go. Cavish ready to send it in. Big initiation. Look at that. Nice and deep on the wide line with Perez. Falling back just a little bit with Cavish, dropping a bit of angle, coming into this decel zone. Now let's see how they do. Perez trying to lunge up onto the door. Oh, big tire drop and big contact.
Wow. Sent Cavish around, but I don't know what happened there. It looked like maybe Cavish had a bit of a stall up, but I don't know. I didn't really see that properly. Maybe we can get a replay on that. So here we go. Nice entry. Cavish pulling away a bit from Alexander Perez here, but Kogan Cavish on that killer line, round the outside zone, hits the D-cell, comes around here, and it looks like he just stalled up, but Perez did dive in at the same time, so really it might have been just a racing incident. But
for sure, if you take a look at the replay, you can see Cavish come out and drop tires onto the concrete, which we've asked our drivers not to do. But you can see he comes out there, and it almost looks like the smoke from his rear wheels kind of shuts off, meaning that he's probably off throttle.
Yeah, he definitely come off throttle there. Yeah,
for sure. And it looks like, well, you know, our drivers out here, especially in the top 32, the day of the most intense competition, everybody's pushing for inches. Everybody's trying to gain that advantage, and it looks like Cavish just made a bit of a mistake in the lead at the same time as Perez was just trying to make sure that he closed that gap, because up until now, it looked like Perez was having a bit of a struggle in the chase, but let's see how the judges decide. Swiping left for Perez, swiping right for Cavish, and that's 1, 2, 3 at a unanimous decision. Perez moves on to the top 16. Absolutely phenomenal battle so far, Alex. I mean, this is the first battle of top 32 where we had contact and crashes and people pushing for inches.
Yeah, it's going to be a very good day, guys. I've had my energy drinks. I've got all the energy in the world. We'll be waiting for our next battle. Sadly, Cavish will have to put it back on the trailer. Alexander Perez will be moving on to the top 16. But next here is going to be a good battle. Maybe I can read out the second half of the bracket here, as we got rudely interrupted by that battle. But anyway, on the right side of the top 32, we will have Jackson Lay versus Stewart, Taylor versus McCleary, Stacy versus Samos, and then Stewart Holmes versus Jones. And then on the second group of the right side of our top 32, we have Monks versus Millet, Paul versus Andrejev, Sandman versus Casey, and Young versus Byrne. So that will be our top 32 bracket for today. As you've seen, Perez has already gone into the top 16. We'll be doing the top 32 all the way down to the final. And yeah, we're going to have a brilliant day here on SVDS at Driftland.
For sure. And now we've already got our next drivers lined up here. We're getting Cameron Mustard and Kian ready to run here. We have that R32, that glorious R32 of Cameron Mustard. You don't see a lot of these R chassis these days, so it's going to be interesting to see him. I think we've got 2 of them at least. Today I know that Mustard drives one as well as Dustin eBay, so it's going to be an interesting day to see how these R chassis fare against the overwhelming sea of S chassis, because we all know how good S chassis are for drifting. So it's going to be interesting to see how some of the more unique builds do against some of the more tried and true stuff, you know? It's going to be interesting to see that.
And I'm going to be honest, I will be a bit biased towards Mustard here since he is my mate and teammate, but Kian Reddy is a very good driver, so Mustard is going to have to put down a very good fight, and so is Kian here. So we're going to have a very good battle on our hands. Both of these guys, very aggressive drivers, both being very clinical, precise drivers, so hopefully we get to see a good battle.
For sure. And here we go. We're going to be getting ready to send him here. You'll see the light tree go red, then it'll go green, and you'll see these guys take off here. It's going to be interesting to see this R32 take the lead and see how it does in that lead position. We saw it throw down some pretty good runs down in the top 64, but we know that Kian Reddy is also here for a reason. He did well in his top 64 battle as well, so we're going to see how these guys do. The judge is going to be getting ready to send them any moment now. And here we go. Lights go red. Lights go green. Here we go.
Let's go.
Off the line. Cameron Mustard in the lead position. Ready to send it in here. A big 3-stage initiation. Big flick. Nicely done. Down the outside section of the first section of the course here. Mustard looking really good. Kian diving onto the door through the inside clip, but losing a bit of ground through the decel zone. Cameron Mustard looking really good in that lead position, but lots of proximity from Kian Reddy, transitioning just a little bit late, but managing to find it, getting up onto the door of Mustard and finishing out the run stronger, both of these drivers.
Yeah, very nice driving from both of these drivers. Now, maybe Cameron Mustard slowed down a bit on the inside clip, but it didn't affect the line too much. He had a very good lead line, but Kian Reddy was on there, and he was there to party. But maybe he left too much of a gap here, because we know how good of a chase driver Mustard is, so we don't know what's going to happen here.
For sure, it's a war of attrition. You want to make sure that you put down as many points as you can on the board throughout your run so the judges can pick you at the end of it. So let's see how they're going to do on the flip side there. Mustard now in the chase. Kian in the lead. A nice smooth initiation from Kian, but Mustard lunging up onto the door. Almost contact there. Coming up onto the inside clip. Kian goes a little bit shallow. But look at this. Mustard all over the side of that S14. This R32 proven dominant right now, getting all over the door of that S14. Wow, what a battle.
Kian Reddy running down that killer lead line, a bit shallow on the first corner and a bit of a contact there by Cameron Mustard on that first corner. But Kian Reddy seemed to slow down a bit. He was late on throttle, but he was on throttle at the time. So I don't know, it's a bit of a hard one to judge there for the judges. But Cameron Mustard putting down that killer chase run. And yeah, gonna go either way.
A very strong showing from both of these guys. This is our second battle of the top 32, Alex. I mean, if this isn't showing us what the event's gonna look like, I don't know what is.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And make sure, by the way, drivers, Series 2 is coming. Once again, we announced this yesterday, but Series 2 is coming. So tickets will go on sale for drivers entry on February the 24th. Keep in mind, the entries are still limited to 64 drivers. So make sure to keep an eye out on the social media pages of SVDS at Scottish Virtual Drift Series on Instagram as well as Facebook. So keep that in mind. Keep an eye out on their social medias as we go to the judges page.
Swipe from left for Cameron Mustard, swipe from right for Kian Reddy. And here we go. 3 goes to Cameron Mustard, and Cameron Mustard gets a unanimous decision. And it looks like that Kian Reddy nearly missing the outer clip in his lead line did affect that battle a lot.
For sure. As much as I feel bad for Kian, Alex, you've got to be a little bit giddy to see your teammate move on to the top 16.
Yeah, Kian, obviously, I'm friends with Kian as well. He's a very good driver. He's come a far way since the first round of this, and yeah, to see him put a battle down like that against Mustard, he did very well. So here we go, Kobe Wells versus Dustin Ebel. Kobe Wells in that VDC 92. I think he's in an S14 now though, and Dustin Ebel in that R34. And yes, I'm correct.
Oh, it looks like Kobe is driving. I believe that's Kogan Cavish's car.
Yeah. Obviously, Kobe joining that team halfway through the series, so he will be piloting Kogan Cavish's S14 as well.
And it looks like we're getting our drivers lined up. Dustin eBay in that R chassis, R34, with Kobe Wells in that S14. Again, it's going to be hard not to call him Cavish, considering he's driving Cavish's car. We had this the other day with, I believe it was Samos driving Gibbons' car, but here we go. We have Dustin eBay, Kobe Wells, Kobe sending it in nice and deep onto the outside wide line with Dustin eBay, just trying to gain that proximity, get on the side of the door of that S14 with Kobe Wells looking really solid into the decel zone. eBay diving in all over the side of that S14, just trying to gain that proximity, trying to get onto the back bumper of it.
Pushing him.
Transition, nice.
Here we
Kobe
go.
Wells putting down a solid lead line, but look at that, just aggression from Mr. Dustin eBay, with Kobe Wells putting down one solid lead line for Dustin eBay to follow. So we're going to have to see how they do on the flip side here. Now, Kobe definitely put down one hell of a lead line, but it looked like eBay might have been a bit more gripped up, might have been a bit faster. So we'll see if eBay can pull a gap and try and secure a win here in the second half of the battle. But Kobe is definitely going to be fighting with all he's got to try and keep it on the door of that R34. So,
yeah.
We're going to get ready to send them for the second half of the battle. The judges will hit the light tree. You'll see the red lights and then the green, and then they take off. Here we go. Dustin eBay now in the lead position with Kobe Wells in the chase. Here we go. eBay with a big flick initiation. Nice one on the wide line, but look at that. Wells all over the side of him. Side-by-side initiation. Look at that, lunging in, nosing in on the front end of that R34. Big angle from Justin eBay coming through there.
Nice line.
But Cubby Wells all over the side of this R34. This door to door.
Oh, baby.
Again, this we're not even through the first group of top 32, and these are the battles that we're getting. Ladies and gentlemen, be sure to stay tuned because it's only going to get better from here. Wow. Taking a look at this side-by-side camera, there's not much left on the table here. Both of these drivers putting a lot of aggression on the table. There's a few mistakes here and there, but it looks like they might equal out. I mean, there's a lot to go back and forth here. The judges, I do not envy the judges whatsoever, Alex. Honestly,
that is insane. Kobe Wells improving so much over the last year and pushing, and Dustin Ebel as well. Let's not leave him short. He put down a banger of runs between them.
It's a split decision, but the majority decides Kobe Wells is going to move on to the top 16.
Yeah.
Dustin eBay, man, he put up one hell of a fight, but it looks like Kobe Wells just edged out a bit better of a lead on him. And did a slightly better job than eBay. So it looks like Kobe Wells is going to be getting to move on to the top 16, which means I believe our next battle, Alex, is...
Oh my god. Oh boy. This is going to be Aspel versus Chris Kessler.
Oh man.
And if you thought that last battle was good, I don't know, mate. We're going to see another one here. I don't know. This could be better. It's going to be big battle here.
Now, we know for a fact that Connor Aspel and Chris Kessler are both some very aggressive drivers. Choosing that S14 chassis, they know that they are comfortable in it. And Kessler, we know, is basically the robot of this series. That man can put down the same run every run he does, and he is one of the most aggressive chase drivers we've seen in this series. But Aspel, a good bit of talent behind his driving too. He is very, very solid. He's very aggressive as well. So it's going to be a battle of the unstoppable force versus the immovable object here. Let's see how that turns out. But here we go. Aspel lining up in the lead position here with Kessler in the chase. And we're going to see the lights go red and then the lights go green and they'll take off. Here we go. Judges
Let's
about to
get
hit the
ready
light tree and get them rolling. Here we go. Aspel.
Come on.
Kessler. S14 versus S14. Pink versus blue. Let's see how we do. Here we go. The lights are going on. Here we go. Chris Kessler in the chase position with Aspel in the lead, going for a big flick immediately. Almost cutting the nose off of Kessler, but Kessler not phased. Already on the door of Aspel. Aspel throwing a really nice lead line so far with Kessler lunging in. Predicting the decel. Damn near wheel-to-wheel contact with Aspel in that lead position, putting down a beautiful lead line, and contact! But they keep it going, takes it like a champ.
What a lead in chase.
All over the side, wow! And I thought it couldn't get better. I really did. I really thought it couldn't get better, but I think it just did, ladies and gentlemen. Connor Aspel, Chris Kessler, showing up, showing out, showing everybody why they're here, why they're already here in the top 32, and who is going to move on to the top 16. Only this battle will decide.
Yeah, big contact there though on the last corner. And there wasn't any slowing from Connor Aspel, so it might be leaning towards Connor Aspel. He just has to put down a very good run. So
here we go. Chris Kessler throwing it in, a nice big lead, opening up just a slight bit of gap with Aspel cutting the line just a little bit, trying to get up on the door, dropping it a bit of an angle, trying to stay on the side of Chris Kessler's car. We know Kessler is fast, but getting up to that outside touch and go, dropping a single tire, coming up to this next touch and go. Here we go with Aspel all over the side of it, trying to gain that proximity. And look at that, he finally finds it near the end of the run, and wow. What a battle, ladies and gentlemen. I do not envy the job of the judges whatsoever. Alex, what do you think?
I think a Nissan wins.
Fair enough, fair enough. I guess the Nissan does win.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe an S14. Or maybe one with a 2J, you know? Or one with a wing.
It's possible.
Or it could have an Origin
one with
kit.
a big flashy livery, you know?
Yeah, it could have an Origin kit as well, you know? I don't know.
It's all jokes up here in the commentators tower, but yeah, for sure,
And-
this battle is definitely going to be a hard one to judge. That even we can't even say anything about it because it's so crazy. I mean, we are just dumbfounded up here in this commentators tower. I mean, the closeness of some of these battles that you can get is just absolutely phenomenal, especially with how much practice these drivers get. A lot of the times they just have these tracks nailed down by the time competition rolls around.
Absolutely insane there from Chris Kessler and Connor Aspel, but
I think with how close this battle is, I think it's going to come down to whose fault this contact was. Because it looks like Aspel might have been on a tighter line, but it didn't look like he was decelling, so it's possible that Kessler just got a little overzealous with the proximity. So the judges are going to be taking a look at that and breaking that down. But here we go.
Swipe him left for Connor Aspel, swipe him right for Chris Kessler. One goes Chris Kessler, two goes Chris Kessler, and that means Chris Kessler will get the win. Rise going for the one more time, but that's not enough. So Chris Kessler will be moving on to the top 16, and Connor Aspel will have to put it back onto the trailer. I think the judges saw something there on that contact, which was probably just putting it out of Aspel's hand.
Fair enough.
Apparently, Connor Aspel has a D-Max kit, but he has an Origin Labo sticker on his wing.
It's possible the wing is an Origin wing? I don't know.
Yeah, it could be. I don't know, it's a big country labs, I'm pretty sure. So yeah, I don't know. Yeah, just we'll see what the judges thought about that.
For sure, and I believe we're moving into our next group of drivers, which is going to be Grigory Andrejev, Darius Ostreka, Eridas Sadowskis, Harvey Goodall, Mitchell Gibbons, Owen Magner, Jason Coate, and Tom Edgecombe.
Yep, we'll be waiting for the drivers to load in.
You can see we've already moved in our first group of drivers into the top 16. So far, it's shaping out to look like it's Alexander Perez versus Cameron Mustard for the first battle of the top 16, with Kelby Wells and Chris Kessler for the second battle. So this next group will decide who gets to drop into those next two battles for the top 16, and it's going to be one hell of a fight. Everybody pushing for inches, everybody pushing to be over top of the other. It's going to be an interesting one for sure. Oh, and it looks like we've already got some of our drivers loaded in, and this is going to be one for the books here. Grigory Andrejev in that Ferrari 599 with Darius Ostreka and his tried and true S15. Going to be a very solid battle here. Darius Ostreka, another one of our robots of the series. Man just does not know how to lose. So it's gonna be interesting to see how Grigory Andrejev in that very fast Ferrari, as we saw yesterday, stacks up against that S15. It's going to be very interesting to see for sure.
Okay, so I got told that Connor Aspel over-angled, and that's what caused the contact there between him and Chris Kessler.
See, that's one of the theories that we were thinking about up here, and it looks like it was true, so it's good to get the reasoning for some of these calls, and at least you guys on the streams to have some background to what the calls look like and why the calls happen. It's good to get that information, because if anybody was a fan of Aspel and was confused as to why he lost that battle, now you have the information. He did over-angle in that section of the course, and that's what caused Chris Kessler to go into him. So it's good to get that information, but now we're moving on to our next battle with, again, Grigory Andrejev and Darius Ostreka. Alex, these guys are phenomenal. What's your take?
It's just battle after battle. What's going on? Why are we getting these good battles? There's so many. Like, we're stacked. We're not going to have one moment where we can take a breath, except from these times waiting for them to get to the line. It's just crazy. And these two drivers right now, both of them performing very well in other competitions, so this is just going to be an absolute masterclass of a battle right here. This will probably be the best battle of the night, personally, which I'm saying right now, if it goes the right way for both of them. And here we go.
Grigory Andrejev and Darius Ostreka. Andrejev ready to send it in that Ferrari. Look at that big wide line. Ostreka all over that Ferrari. Look at that, lunging in around the inside clip, coming into the decel here. Andrejev really solid in that lead position. Look at that Ferrari blast of lead run driving with Ostreka all over the side of that Ferrari. Look at that, ladies and gentlemen. What a very, very tight battle already so far, man. Oh, yeah, this is one hell of an event.
Yeah, what a chase run from Darius Ostreka, but Grigory Andreev in that lead running big angle coming into that after the decel zone. That was just insane from both drivers, and we'll swap them around, wait for the judges to send them off. As you can see, the cone down there under the SVDS Drift Series banner, and yeah, we'll send them off for the second half of the battle.
It's always interesting to see our drivers as they progress through an event, even just from yesterday to today, always getting better and finding new ways to get through the track. But here we go. Ostreka in the lead position now, sending it nice and big wide line. But Andrejev all over the side of the S15, lunching in from initiation to the inside clip, all over the side of him. Oh, contact in the decel zone. Ostreka taking it like a champ, coming through the outside section of the course here with Andrejev looking beautiful all over the side of him. He's angry now. That contact got him angry. Now, man, that was just one hell of a battle. Andrea just beautiful in that chase position, but it's going to come down to the judges deciding who this contact was for fault here. Ostreka or Andrea. Look at this. You can see it on the side-by-side replay here. Ostreka coming through the decel zone, and then there's the contact. So it's possible that Andrejev wasn't quite ready for Ostreka's decel, even though it was the decel zone. But who knows? I mean, it's going to be interesting to call for sure. The judges are definitely going to be looking at that with a fine-tooth comb and seeing if there was any mishaps or mistakes. But yeah, it just looked like he was in the decel zone, and Andrejev just wasn't ready for it.
Yeah, obviously, Darius Ostreka trying to get another win for Team Mercer, as recently Benedict Cherba won the second round of Omens. So he's trying to show him, I can do that as well, and he's trying to show why he is on Team Mercer here. But Grigory Andreev pushing in, but could it have been a diesel from Darius Ostreka? That's one thing we haven't talked about here. So there's a diesel zone there. No, not really. Grigory Andreev on lower angle than Darius Ostreka. So that could be why he was in a diesel zone just after. So maybe Grigory Andreev was trying to get a dive, but there was already an inch between them.
For sure. And I feel like at that point, there was just like, you couldn't fit a paper between these two guys. I mean, it was crazy. And yeah, it just looks like Andrejev might have gotten a little bit overzealous and just wasn't predicting the slowdown of the guy in front of him too much. Ostreka still running a masterclass of lead run capability. It is just, I mean, who needs a class on drifting when you can just watch this and learn everything you need to? I mean, look at these drivers. They are just showing you exactly how to do it. It's like a how-to guide right now. Look at this.
100%.
Absolutely insane.
We'll wait for the judges to make their calls, but it's going to be a very hard one to watch. They're probably going to be watching the replays to try get a winner.
For sure. This is already, I mean, like I said, we're only in the first half of the top 32. Like, we haven't even been at this for like 20 minutes yet, and we are just seeing some of the most insane battles. It is just so crazy. Lose
my voice.
I know, you're screaming over there, and I'm like, man, calm down. You're going to lose your voice by the time we hit top 8.
These drivers are just insane. It's a whole nother level today, this round. Absolutely. Like, yes, it was good before, but oh my god, these drivers are putting it all on the line trying to get that cash prize and get that season win. Like, yeah,
absolutely. Everybody's pushing. Everybody's trying to gain just that little bit of edge over the other guy. I mean, when you're pushing that hard, you're bound to get a bit of contact, and obviously, Andrejev might have fallen victim to just pushing a little bit too hard. Especially through a section of the track that you're supposed to be decelling. So it's possible that it might have been on Andrejev there. So we're gonna see what the judges think, because obviously up here in the commentator's tower, we aren't judges. I mean, we see things differently than the judges do. The judges are looking at it a lot more intense, and we're just screaming about everything that we see on the screen. We're not really looking at it, you know. We're watching it, but we're not really looking at it like the judges are, you know.
Yeah, it's going to be a hard call for them judges there up in the judging tower. And maybe they will have a decision soon. They're just waiting for one more judge. We have 2 judges in, but we don't have a third yet. Looks like that third judge is waiting, just watching that replay, analysing it every single time.
For sure. Definitely a difficult one to watch, and you can tell the judges are looking at this really intently because it's been a little bit to get this call, so we're gonna have to see how this goes. I mean, they're gonna be watching this. They're gonna be checking brake lights. The beauty of the sim driving is they can watch these replays over and over from different angles and see, what's going on and exactly what's happening. They can watch the inputs of each of the drivers. We kind of have that luxury on the sim where in real life you might have to make a split-second decision without all the information you get. But
of course.
Our judges have. Oh, and here we go. We finally have a call.
We
Swipe
go.
him left for Andrejev. Swipe him right for Ostreka. Let's see what judges think.
Oh,
one for OMT, and
it's
it's an
gonna be
entirely
one more time.
split decision.
it's gonna be one more time here for these drivers. They're gonna have to run it all over again. So
we get a nice little treat of watching these guys go at it again. And keep in mind, you thought that first battle was aggressive, but the beauty of it one more time is that you get to get more aggressive, get more perfect, just to try and get that edge. Because when you go for one more time, it's because the judges think that it wasn't quite good enough to make a decision. So you've got to be better than you already were. And I don't know if it can get much better than that battle.
yeah, it's going to be a very big battle for the second half. I think both of these drivers now know how they drive, and they will be pushing as hard as possible. So here we go.
For sure. But here we go. We've got Andrejev lining up for the lead position, I believe, and Ostreka in the chase position. We're going to get him going again here.
Looks like they'll be getting told.
Judges are now telling them, "Hey, you didn't, you did good, but you didn't do good enough. We're sending you again." And they're probably like, "All right, let's do it."
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Andrejev in the lead, Ostreka in the chase. Here we go. Andrejev going to be setting a big entry. Look at that, nice and wide on the line with Ostreka pushing it in, tightening the line. Look at that, putting the pressure on already.
Here we go, still on the door through the
Ostreka, look at that.
Oh my God.
Sorry.
Clinical
transition, but losing the angle. Oh, almost straightening up on Andrea, finishing up the run strong. Wow. It looks like Ostreka the pressure might have gotten to Ostreka with that big mistake there, almost straightening through the chase position there, but it's going to be interesting to see how they swap it around now. Andrejev in the chase position with Ostreka and now in the lead position, and the judges are going to be setting him here one more time. Here we go.
Yeah,
let's hope we get a decision out of this one. The lights go on. The lights go green. Here we go. Ostreka now in the lead position with Andrea in the
side by side.
Here we go. Ostreka, look at that. Wow, Andrea with the side-by-side initiation all over the side of that S15. Look at that, Ostreka coming through that section. Oh, a little bit of contact. It looks like once again, but Andrea has learned from his mistake. Learned from his mistake and getting better. Here we go. Ostreka looking beautiful on the lead bump, and Andrejev, look at that, pushing him through the end of the course. Wow.
Oh,
I mean,
my God.
You can tell these guys are angry. You can tell these guys are putting their foot down. It's like Chelsea and Elfa out here when he's driving angry. They are just not leaving anything to chance. They are just driving at their 110%, just trying to get every inch out of the car and out of themselves as they can. And again, you're looking at the side-by-side, you can see the mistake from Ostreka going straight there. It might be an easy decision from the judges, depending on who they think caused what. But I mean, I think I could probably make a deduction here and see who might take it, might come out on top. But again, up here, we're not judges. We are the commentators. We just scream at the action. They watch it. They decide. They dissect it.
And yeah, it's gonna be and it looks
a
like
battle.
we have a decision.
And here
Swipe
we go.
from left, swipe from right for Darius Ostreka, and Darius Ostreka gets the win, and he has sent Grigory Andrejev home in that Ferrari 599, and Darius Ostreka will be moving on to the top 16. So we'll be moving on to our next battle, which is Sadowskis versus the Wonder Kid Goodall, which is gonna be a very good battle between them two guys.
Absolutely, and I think that nickname is going to have to stick. Harvey the Wonder Kid Goodall. Here we go. We actually just came across a video was posted just the other day with Harvey getting a chance to sit in a real car and actually take some lessons out of the drift track, and he was linking corners and looking really good in a nice little BRZ that he was driving out there IRL. So it's really interesting now to see such a young kid get an opportunity at driving a real car, and it was so cool to see. So now that he's back on the sim where he's comfortable, let's see how he does here up against Andrea Sadowskis. Going to be an interesting battle here for sure.
Yeah, I'm trying to get an explanation of the judges on what they were thinking there in that battle.
And while you do, here we go. We have Sadowskis versus Goodall. Here we go. The Wonder Kid. Let's see how he does in the chase. Sadowskis going it in for a nice big lead, and Harvey having to close a bit of a gap, but he's lunging in, coming around the inside clip, trying to get onto Sadowskis' door through the D-cell zone. Sadowskis running a decent lead line with Goodall, just trying to gain the proximity, but just can't quite seem to find it. But he finally reels him in just a little bit through the end of the course here, but finishing out the run. Left a little bit on the table there, but I mean, what do you expect? I mean, we have the craziest circumstance here. We have a professional driver going up against another professional driver who is 8 years old. Harvey Goodall is an 8-year-old kid. I mean, you cannot fault him for much. The kid is doing phenomenal. Wonderful.
Do you have some info? So the reason Darius Ostreka won is because of Grigory Andrejev dropping tyres, which is more of a deduction, and Darius Ostreka coming off angle a bit. He didn't fully straighten, so it's fine. Here we go.
Harvey Goodall in the lead position with, Sadowskis lunging in on the door of Goodall, but losing a bit of that angle and proximity to boot. Here we go. Goodall looking really solid to the lead run. Sadowskis just making a couple of mistakes here, but he's getting up onto the door of Goodall. Goodall, beautiful job in the lead position. A bit of contact at the end, and Sadowskis possibly straightening before the end of the run.
Yeah, that was very close there for Sadowskis. Killer lead line from Harvey Goodall, as you can see, on every single outside zone, running the outside line there. Same as Sadowskis. Sadowskis diving in onto the door here. Harvey Goodall, maybe a bit of a bobble there, maybe a drop tyre, but he's just on that killer lead line, and Sadowskis looking for the kill in that chase position.
It looks like the only thing he might have killed is his run there as he makes contact with Harvey Goodall at the end of the run and possibly straightening. So the judges are going to be taking a look at that. A couple of mistakes from Sadowskis in the chase, and where Harvey Goodall might not have had the most proximity. Sadowskis definitely had the proximity, but made quite a few mistakes. So it's going to be interesting to see how the judges compare and how the judges weigh certain mistakes. It looks like Harvey might have dropped tires there in the lead position as well, but the camera wasn't quite catching him. So it's going to be interesting to see how they do. Swipe him left for Andrea Sadowskis and swipe him right for Harvey Goodall. And it looks like Sadowskis is going to get the win. Moving on to the top 16, but a phenomenal showing from Harvey the Wonder Kid Goodall, man. He may be putting it back on the trailer, but he's doing it with a smile, man. That was a very good battle for him. Absolutely, man. That was the absolute talent being on display here is just absolutely phenomenal, mind blowing. I mean, I could never do this for sure.
Yeah, no, it's a
you might, Alex.
crazy
You're a pretty good driver, but I mean, these guys are just a whole other level.
Yeah, so that was an insane battle, and yeah, it's just going on to another insane battle here. Mitchell Gibbons versus Owen Magner, another battle that you would see in the top 4, maybe the final. Yes,
absolutely, and these guys, they drive together almost all the time. I swear, every time I see Gibbons in the voice channel, Owen is with him, or the vice versa as well. So these guys are almost always driving together, hanging out together. So it's kind of like the Anthony Taylor and Jacob Klinger battle we got yesterday, where we saw some two friends go at it. Magner and Gibbons. Here we go. Gibbons in the lead position. Magner in the chase. A big 3-stage flick from Gibbons. Look at that. Nice and stylish. Magner all over the side of that Supra, but losing a bit of ground, coming up to the inside. See how he lunges up on the
pulling away.
Yeah, Gibbons pulling away with quite a bit of grip in that Supra, with Magner trying to gain the proximity, lunging up, just trying to reel him in. And look at that. He finally finds it. Is it too little, too late? But look at that, man. Gibbons just throwing down one hell of a lead line, a textbook lead line in that 880 Supra with that S15 of Owen Magner just kind of falling back a little bit. It's going to be interesting to see if Gibbons has some trouble staying behind Magner in his chase run, or if these cars are quite equal. It might have just been a driver error. So Definitely going to be interesting to see how these guys do on the flip side with now Gibbons in the chase and Owen Magner in the lead run position there. Absolutely phenomenal showing so far. I mean, I'm baffled up here, and I've seen all this before. You know, I've seen all the competitions. I've seen the amount of talent on display, and just every time it surprises me. You know, and that's just a good show of, you know, everybody getting better is when you're still surprising the people who have seen it before. You know.
Yeah. There's going to be an amazing second half of the battle. Oh, Magner, nice entry though behind Mitch, and that was a very, very risky entry there for Owen Magner, but dived in.
You can definitely tell that these guys have definitely participated in some events before. I mean, these guys have been practiced. They are battle hardened. Here we go. Magner in the lead position. Beautiful initiation, but Gibbons not giving him an inch of room. Little bit of contact there, but just friendly door rubbing.
Nice
Gibbons all over the side of that S15, just putting the aggression on, putting the pressure on. The judge not leaving anything in the judge's hands. Wow, Gibbons in the chase.
What a run. What a run from these two drivers.
That's the thing. I mean, your main objective in battles is to make sure you don't leave it in the judge's hands. Don't give them a decision that's hard to make. You know, you want to show your dominance. You want to show how good you are. And I think Gibbons,
it looks like we have a decision already,
showing how dominant you are. And yeah, it looks like we're going to be moving on to the judges screen here, Alex.
Swipe him left for Mitchell Gibbons, swipe him right for Owen Magner, and Mitchell Gibbons gets a unanimous decision and will be moving on to the top 16. Owen Magner will have to put it back on the trailer and sadly make his way home.
Yeah, that's unfortunate to see friends go at it so early in competition, but you know that they had fun, you know they had a good time doing that battle, so it's gonna be interesting to see Mitchell Gibbons move on, and I believe he'll be going up against the winner of our next battle here, which is also going to be a really interesting one. We have Jason Code versus Tom Edgecombe. Now Tom Edgecombe making waves in this little Miata. I mean, how can such a tiny little car make such big waves? I mean, it's going to be crazy to see these guys go at it.
Yeah, Tom being a very aggressive driver. Jason Code, I don't really remember him doing much, to be honest. I haven't seen him drive that much, so he's going to be a bit of an underdog in this battle against Tom Edgecombe for me. So let's hope he can put on a show.
For sure. Jason Code and Tom Edgecombe. This is going to be an interesting battle, especially when you want to watch that little Miata do good here. A very impressive little car, and Tom definitely showing off in it. I mean, it's going to be crazy to see these guys go at it here. I mean, that little MX-5 is, you know, big things come in small packages, and this thing makes big waves, especially every time it goes out on track, because it is so much faster than you think it would be.
Yeah, 100%. It's so light, so nimble, it makes it somewhat competitive for this competition, because track is not as big as other competition tracks you've seen, but it's still one of the funnest layouts ever.
For sure. You would never see this car on the FD circuit with all those big wide open banks, but on a small track like Driftland with all the tight and technical sections, I mean, that's just where these Miatas thrive. So it's going to be really cool to see Tom Edgecombe in this battle here. But here we go. The lights go green. Here we go. Tom Edgecombe in the chase position with Jason Code in the lead position. Getting a little bit of a gap pulled on him as Tom Edgecombe here, just trying to gain the proximity to the first section of the course, and now he's diving in. Dropping a bit of that angle, making it up to the door of Jason Code in that E36. Look at that. A nice lead line, but dropping tires is Jason Code, with Tom Edgecombe just trying to adapt to it and get up on the side of that E36. Look at that.
Here we go.
Wow. Little bit of door rubbing as we come over the line. Tom Edgecombe, man, just putting the aggression on in that little Hot Wheels car of a Miata, man. That thing is so tiny. I swear to God, I've seen my little brothers playing with it out of their toy box, man. It is so small. It is like, it's
some
like a little...
say Tom Edgecombe was doing a little bit of hairdressing before he got in the car. But here we go on to the second half.
Is that Tom Edgecombe I see with an RC remote in the stands? I think that's an RC car.
God.
Here we go, Tom Edgecombe here, setting it in for this initiation. Look at that, nice and wide. Oh, Jason Code almost over-rotating, having to pull a bit of angle out of it, trying to get back onto the door of that Miata. Look at that. Tom Edgecombe running a beautiful outside line here with Jason Code on the door. Miata now. Look at that, a big transition. Tom looking really good through this section, coming up to the outside clips. Code putting the pressure on near the end, dropping a bit of angle as they come over the line. Wow, what a battle.
Yeah, very interesting battle there between those two. On and off from Jason Coate, but still getting it done. But will it be enough to offset Tom Edgecombe's very good lead line?
Absolutely, Tom doing a phenomenal job, and again, this is just the Miata showing its dominance. It is so quick, so snappy, and so dominant sometimes when it is in a battle. I mean, Tom is definitely very experienced in the chassis. I believe he drives one in real life, or is at least building one right now. So he knows the ins and outs of the chassis and knows what he's doing in them. So it's going to be. I mean, I do not envy the judges when it comes to these kinds of battles, man. It is just so hard to choose who's going to take it, who's going to move on, and who's going to head home, you know?
Yeah. You see Jason Coate dropping Tyres coming around into clip 5. So that could be a very discerning factor, and that nearly over-rotating entering as well. But
For
Tom
sure, and
Edgecombe-
keep in mind the winner of this battle will be going on to face Mitchell Gibbons there in the top 16, rounding out the first half of our top 16 with the winner of this battle. So it's going to be interesting to see, for sure.
Judges are definitely taking the night. And
Alrighty, look at this. It's going to be.
It's
Gonna be one hell of a decision here for sure. We got a couple of tire drops from Jason Coe, but Tom definitely made a few mistakes of his own, but definitely still looking dominant in his chase and lead position. So I don't know, man. It's gonna be an interesting one for sure.
Yeah, the judges just looking at this in replays, because I can see in the other chat they're just looking eye to eye with this one, having a staring competition with their screen. This is just, they're looking at this a lot. And I wonder why. Maybe they saw something, you know? Oh, and it looks like we have a decision from all 3 judges. And we'll be going swipe 'em left for Jason Coate, swipe 'em right for Tom Edgecombe. 1, 2, and 3. Tom Edgecombe, unanimous decision, gets the win and goes on to the top 16. And sadly, Jason Coate will have to put it back onto the trailer. But
It's the
before the
Miata
second half,
could.
we will be going to an ad break, but here's your top 16 bracket so far. And just to remind you guys, soon will be Series 2 tickets if Austin wants to elaborate on
For
that.
sure. Season 2 is coming. Keep that in mind. So make sure, drivers, if you want to make sure you get into that top 64, the entries are limited to that top 64. So make sure you keep an eye out on the Scottish Virtual Drift Series social media. That is Scottish Virtual Drift Series at Instagram or Facebook. Keep an eye out on those social media pages for when the tickets go live on February the 24th. February the 24th. Keep that in mind, ladies and gentlemen. Roll the ads. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the second round of SVDS. Beautiful field of drivers showing up today. Just trying to make what he can in the chase, diving in, trying to gain that. Whoa, a big lunge up. Almost trying. Wall, here we go. Ostreka just pushing him through the wall. And then 5 though, definitely quick, definitely snappy, trying to get it on the door of that 836.
skates, girl, tonight.
None of them boy, they no bad.
Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Thanks for sticking with us through the ad break. We're going to be getting ready to send our second half of the bracket. So, Alex, if you wouldn't mind reading out our name of this first section of our the second half of the top 32 bracket.
Yeah, so we're going to be moving on to the first group of the top 32, which you can see at the line right now. Leigh versus Stewart, Taylor versus McCleary, Stacy versus Samos, and Stewart, Holmes versus Jones.
Definitely going to be an interesting one, and it's going to be cool to see who rounds out the second half of our top 16 bracket. But once again, here we go. We have Jackson Leigh versus Graham Stewart, some very, very talented drivers on show. And unfortunately, the wrong car is showing for Mr. Graham Stewart. He is driving the VDC E92 against Jackson Leigh in his S14. I mean, you can't deny these are both now tried and true tested chassis. But here we go. Jackson Leigh in lead position with Stewart in the chase position. Leigh versus Stewart. Here we go. Leigh going for a nice flick initiation, getting it onto the outside zone. Nicely done. Could have been a little bit deeper, but Stewart just trying to get on the side of that S14, losing a bit of that proximity, but trying to gain up onto the door through the D-cell zone. Leigh running a beautiful lead line so far. I mean, just laying down a very good lead run so far. Look at that. Oh, a bit of contact, a bit of pushing from Mr. Stewart here over the line. Wow. Just getting aggressive right out of the gate. I mean, you can tell Stewart wanted that proximity. He was trying to find it the entire run. It looks like through that last corner, he managed to find it. And maybe got a little bit overzealous with it, but
very dangerous from Stewart there. Nearly put Leigh into the wall head first.
Absolutely.
Here we go.
And
Big
Jackson
jump.
lay out Leigh here. Look at that. He's gonna be. He put down one hell of a lead run. Let's see how he does in the chase. Oh, they're gonna do it for a restart. These drivers are they're allowed to call a restart if they feel like they haven't gotten a good launch or they haven't gotten out of the gate nicely. So we want to make sure that all these drivers are getting the best tandems possible, and the launch is a very big contributing factor to that. So making sure that these guys get a good send off the line is very imperative to having a good battle. So we're going to have them go at it one more time and make sure that they're actually doing really well here. Here we go.
And we will be waiting for the judges to send them off, and here we go.
Here we go. Jackson Leigh in the chase position. Stewart in the lead position. Here we go. Stewart going to be sending in for a big initiation. Lighting off the tires. Starting off the run here. Jackson Leigh losing a bit of that proximity. Just trying to gain a back up. Is he going to lunge to the D-cell zone? It looks like he's going to try and send it up here. Look at that, though. Stewart throwing it. Wow. Jackson Leigh, though, making that big lunge to that section of the course, trying to gain the proximity. But Stewart throwing down one hell of a lead line and pulling that gap on Jackson Leigh.
Yeah. Graham Stewart only dropping one tire there, but that was a beautiful lead line, to say the least. Burning the tires down the straight just ripping that E92 around the circuit. But Jackson Lee doing the same in his lead run as well, dropping a tyre as well on that concrete patch. So it's going to be equal in the leads, I would assume. But that contact, but to be honest, Jackson Lee didn't really do enough in the chase. So will it be, it could lean to a one more time here.
For sure. Definitely going to be a hard decision from the judges. It sucks when these battles are kind of more looking at the faults more than the wins here. So it's going to be interesting to see what the judges think, how they weigh the different mistakes differently. And it's always a game of, like I said, it's a war of attrition. You got to try and gain as many points, as many good things about your run as you can throughout your runs so that you can hopefully pull an advantage over the other driver. And just, I mean, this one was kind of even. I mean, there's a lot of mistakes. There's a lot of good parts. I mean, it's just... oh man, just a tight battle, just a close battle for sure.
Yeah, very tight battle. It looks like judges will be looking at some replays maybe before they call a decision. But no, it looks like maybe the judges are deciding now. But yeah, and there we go. We have a decision. Swipe him left for Jackson Lay in that S14. Swipe him right for Graham Stewart, and Jackson Lay gets a unanimous decision, and he will be moving on to the top 16. Sadly, that contact from Graham Stewart has ended his day, but a brilliant battle from these two. Hopefully Jackson can clean up for the top 16, but we'll be moving on to the next battle, which, oh, here we go. We've got Anthony Taylor versus Jason McCleary, America versus Scotland here. So this is going to be a very high-pressured battle for these drivers.
Absolutely. Anthony Taylor, a very consistent driver, but Jason McCleary has the home court advantage here, having known this track for, I'd say, years at this point. This man probably knows every in and out of this track, every bump, every dip, every crack in the road. I mean, this man probably has this track down, committed to memory, whereas Anthony Taylor is just one of the most adaptable drivers I have ever seen on the course. I mean, this man can adapt to anything. He is... wow, like just these drivers are just going to be putting down the best they've got, and man, I'm just so excited to see this battle. I am giddy about it. But here we go.
Sure.
Anthony in the lead and McCleary in the chase.
Shoot, both Toyotas actually. So
Here we go. McCleary in the chase position, Taylor in the lead position, and that Corolla ready to send it here. Both of these Toyotas, Toyota versus Toyota. Not quite wide enough on the outside line as Anthony Taylor, but he sends it out. Finally manages to wrap around the inside clip. McCleary all over the side of that Corolla, with the Corolla getting nice and deep on the outside clip. Look at that, McCleary sitting on the side of that Corolla, just trying to get up onto the door here with that Corolla looking really beautiful in the lead position. Over the line, Anthony Taylor, a pretty slow lead run, but a little bit left on the table, unfortunately.
Leaving a lot on the table there for Jason to clean up.
Yeah, one of the bigger heavily scored areas is that entry and staying on that wide line, and Anthony definitely left a bit to be desired on that wider line, kind of missed the first clip or two. So it's gonna be again a war of attrition here, and see if Anthony can make up for those mistakes in his chase run. Whereas McCleary, I mean, he's got the home court advantage. He knows this track in and out, so it's gonna be good to see his lead run and see how he handles the that wide line.
Yeah, and both of these drivers are heavy hitters. We know Anthony Taylor got podium in one round. Jason McCleary not touching that podium yet, so he is going to be fighting hard for that prize money and the podium. And this is going to be a banger of a second half battle. Anthony Taylor has got to fight hard here. And Jason McCleary, if he runs a good enough line and Anthony Taylor doesn't do what he's meant to do, he might get the wins. But we never know. We're not judges here. We're just guessing. So we'll wait for the judges to send off and let them make a decision.
For sure. Here we go. We're going to get ready to send them here. You'll see the lights go red, and then the lights go green, and Jason McCleary takes off for that lead position, with Anthony Taylor going to be following closely behind him. Toyota versus Toyota. Here we go. That Supra setting it on the wide line. Beautiful job. Anthony Taylor, though, all over the side of that Supra, getting nice and deep onto the door. Look at that. Rubbing. Man, a bit of contact, and falls back with McCleary running a decent lead line here, with Anthony Taylor now angry. You can see him. He's lunging up. He's angry about that mistake. He's trying to get all over the side of that Supra, and finishing out strong are both of these drivers.
Yeah, and I think that might end it for Anthony Taylor. Just misjudging that decel zone, because there is a decel zone there, and he probably thought McCleary was going to decel, but look, he just don't know what happens. maybe threw a bit too much angle, was about to over angle and then had to go on low angle to keep back up with Jason McCleary, which that is a massive mistake there from Anthony Taylor. And it
For
might
sure,
not
but the
be
judges
too
will be
hard.
looking at it to see if it was McCleary's fault, if it was a decel, or if Anthony just got a little bit too overzealous here. You'll be seeing it here.
Yeah, and the judges are going to be looking at replays of this to see what they think. Yeah, and McCleary doesn't really diesel at all.
For sure. I mean, you could probably argue that the smoke might have dissipated just a little bit, but that's only really an indicator of, the actual particle effects of the game. So it's going to be interesting to see. The judges are going to be wanting to take a look at this lead run and where this mistake happened. And this could knock out Anthony Taylor pretty early, which would kind of hurt his attempt at a championship here. I mean, he's up there in the points, so if he goes out this early, it could shake things up a little bit.
Yeah, and he looks like he tried to anticipate the slowdown for Jason McCleary. And Jason McCleary decided to do something different from practice.
For sure. A very interesting battle. And once again, it's probably going to come down to this mistake here. Once again, you're going to take a look at it. It looks like Anthony slows down, angles up a bit, and has to drop quite a bit of angle to try and get back up onto the door of McCleary. So it's going to be interesting to see what the judges think about that mistake, whether it was McCleary's fault if he did slow down, or if it was Anthony for just getting a little bit too aggressive in the chase. And keep in mind, Anthony did have that mistake in the lead position where he didn't quite get out to that wide line like he was supposed to. It could have been that his flick was impeded a little bit, but such is the risk of doing a side-by-side initiation from Jason McCleary.
Yeah, and the judges have a decision. We'll be going to the decision screen. And swipe him left for Anthony Taylor, swipe him right for Jason McCleary. Here we go. 1, 2, and 3 for Jason McCleary. Jason McCleary will get the win in that Toyota Supra, and sadly Anthony Taylor in that Toyota Corolla will have to go home.
And once again, this could shake up the points for the championship. Anthony Taylor was quite up there. I can't remember exactly where he was, but we do know that he has a podium under his belt, and I mean, he's been doing quite well in that Corolla. So getting out in the top 32 could shake things up just a little bit for that points race. But
Jason,
I believe Anthony is leading in points right now. So after this, things could shake up.
Yeah, he's currently leading in points. And it looks like Jason McCleary's got spinners on the back of that Toyota Supra. His wheels just not stop spinning. He's ready to go again. You could just see.
And then stopped by the dub shop for his Supra.
Yeah, it's going to be the next battle will be Stacy versus Samos. Samos putting on a very good show yesterday. And yeah, it was just a very nice chase. And he will be piloting Mitchell Gibbons' Supra. So do not be confused. It was not Mitchell Gibbons at the line. That is Alex Samos. And yeah.
Really interesting to see McCleary play spoiler, and like you were saying, McCleary is going to want a podium. He hasn't managed to step on that box yet, so he's going to want to fight pretty hard, and it looks like he did manage to play spoiler to Anthony Taylor and is going to be moving on. So again, I mean, I'm just worried about the points. I mean, like I said, Taylor was leading the championship, but going out in the top 32 is going to be one hell of a hit, especially if some of his competition there gets higher.
Yeah, and if you look, Daniel Andrejev is he's still in it. Daniel Andrejev being second place in the point standings and only 25 points away. And
for sure, if he makes it to the top 8, he'll take over Anthony Taylor.
Yeah, and if I'm correct, if he wins this battle coming up, he will overtake Anthony Taylor, which will be a massive upset. And Owen Magner, I don't know if he's still in it. But no, Owen Magner's been knocked out as well, which he's in 3rd place. So was, I think, has Chris Kessler? No, Chris Kessler won his last battle, so it all comes down really to Chris Kessler, Darius Ostreka, and some other guys there, and Mitchell Gibbons.
It'll be an interesting points race after this round for sure. But now, after those last 2 battles, we now have our first battle of the second half top 16 laid out for us. It's going to be Jackson Lay versus McCleary in that top 16. Now we're going to be moving on, trying to head down the bracket and fill out that top 16 bracket with our next battle in the top 32 being a Stacy versus Samos. So we're going to have them lined up here in just a moment and get them going.
Yeah, 100%. It's going to be a banger of a battle between them two, and they will be pushing as hard as possible. So we'll be waiting for them to come up And yeah, there we go. And we see an Alex Samos at the line, and so is Brandon Stacy.
Now, Samos also driving Gibbons' Supra. Like we said yesterday, it's going to be interesting to try and not call him Gibbons.
Yeah, of course. Always a challenge here on our hands in the commentary booth, as we are not the smartest two people, but...
For sure. Oh, yes, our job is so hard.
Yeah, I know it.
Screaming at drifting, it's just the hardest thing, you know. We're literally looking at drivers, but no, I mean, their job is easy. All they got to do is drift. I mean, we're the ones talking up here, you know.
Yeah, you know.
But as I say that, we are getting ready to, here we go. Stacy in the lead with Samos in the chase. Here we go. Oh, a big entry from Samos, but Stacy goes a little bit too shallow and might have caused a mistake. Big contact.
Oh, no.
Samos goes into the side of Stacy, unfortunately, and Samos is just going to flip it around and go line back up while Stacy goes to finish his run. Okay, a restart was called. Okay, alrighty.
Yeah, it looks like Stacy did sandbag a bit on that line. You could see him being a bit slow up that at the start, so that's probably why the restart was called. Yeah.
Unfortunately, a little hiccup once again with that restart being called, so we are going to line him back up again, and we are restarting that battle. So anybody watching or the judges are going to be disregarding whatever just happened in that lead run because it was under a restart. So now we're going to see Samos, Stacy, Supra, S15. I mean, how much cooler can it get? I mean, these are two JDM legends when it comes to drifting.
Yeah, for sure. We'll be waiting for the judges. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen.
Alrighty, Stacy in the lead position with Samos in the chase position. Let's see if we can actually get him going here with Stacy going to be setting it in. There we go. Now on his wide line with Samos just trying to stay on the door. There's a bit of that proximity.
Contact again.
Another contact right around the inside clip. It's becoming a consistent thing with Stacy trying to stay on the outside clip with Samos just trying to be on the door. And a big tire drop there from Stacy. And finishing up the run strong, though, is Samos all over the door of that S15. I mean, a very solid run, especially considering what he was given.
Yeah, for sure. And they're going to be fighting it out again once we swap them around. And yeah, let's wait for the judges to turn on that light. And yeah, we'll be on our way again for the second half of this battle in SVDS at Driftland in Lochgilly. And yeah.
For sure. Here we go. Second half of the battle. Stacy now in the chase. Samos in the lead. A big three-stage initiation from Samos. Here we go. Pulling a bit of a gap on Stacy. Stacy having to cut the line, trying to get up onto the door of Samos, but Samos just pulling away. Coming into the decel zone. Look at that. Samos just going to be throwing down a beautiful lead line all over that white line with Stacy now finding the proximity. Trying to go to the door of Samos. But Samos making a bit of a correction there, trying to stay on that wide line.
Corrections.
Getting a little bit phased by it and falling back.
Yeah, a lot of corrections from Samos there.
Quite a few corrections from Samos, but I mean, Stacy just wasn't really in the fight for most of the run.
Well, yeah, true. He cut the whole first corner. He missed nearly every single clip. Stacy in that chase. So
absolutely, just falling back throughout almost the entire course. Managed to find a bit of proximity here, but by the time he was close, Samos had already made that mistake and then kept going here. So it's going to be interesting for the judges to decide on that one. It's going to be a very tight battle, but I mean, Samos showed really good dominance in the chase position. I mean, it also might come down to that contact, but here we go. We have a decision.
Oh,
and almost immediately, Alex Samos gets the win. It is a unanimous decision. Wow, that was the fastest call I've seen in a while.
Yeah, judges wasting no time there. And we're going to be moving on to the next battle. Porter Stewart Holmes versus Russell Jones.
This is going to be an interesting battle. I know that these guys are both very smooth drivers, very intense drivers, but they are very stylish with their driving. Porter, very aggressive, but Russell, always a very good advocate for being smooth and stylish. So it's going to be interesting to see how these go at it.
And of course, Russell Jones will have to hold it up here for Team Excellence as they are top in the team standings, I'm pretty sure. So they will have to be holding this one up as a lot of Team Excellence drivers. One of them has been knocked out already, so it's going to be a big weight on Russell Jones's shoulder there. And of course, he would want to win this round as well, get some of that prize money. There we go, Russell Jones.
Going up to the line, Russell Jones and Porter Stewart Holmes.
Yeah, of course, Russell Jones in that beautiful GR86. It's GR86 versus GT86.
Old versus new, tried and true versus new geometry.
Yeah, it's going to be a very interesting battle. Let's see who can prove what's the better version of that car.
Absolutely.
Wait for the
Porter
judges.
Stewart Holmes in the lead position. Russell Jones in the chase position. This is, I mean, I'm excited for this one. This is going to be a good battle.
Okay.
Here we go. We're going to see the lights go red and then the lights will go green and we'll see these guys take off here.
Yeah, and of course, these guys have been shredding tires all weekend, dealing with their tune-ups and everything. So if you're looking for any of that, look at the top of the screen. All these sponsors, amazing people. Go check them all out. And of course, if you're wanting to compete in this, wait for February 24th, and there will be some tickets on sale to compete in this. 64 tickets only, so you will have to be there fast.
Absolutely. I mean, this series, when it was announced, it sold out in about 15 minutes. So definitely be sure to keep an eye out on the social media. Again, February the 24th, you can see that on the Instagram of the SVDS at Scottish Virtual Drift Series or on the Facebook page under the same tag. Make sure to keep an eye out on that social media. Be watching that pretty intently on February the 24th because once the tickets go live, it's first come, first serve.
Still waiting for the judges here to send them off. They might be looking at something. They're just loading some drivers in so we can get on quickly with the next second of this bracket.
Alrighty, here we go. Porter versus Russell, and they're calling a restart.
Okay.
I got all wound up and energetic for no reason. They're setting him again. Once again, we want to make sure that everybody gets the best possible battle, and a big contributing factor to that is the launch. So if you don't get a good launch, you can call a restart, and we will get you going again. So Russell Jones and Porter Stewart Holmes, going to be an interesting battle here. GT86 versus GR86, old versus new. Here we go. Porter and Russell. Porter in the lead position, Russell in the chase position. Here we go. Porter, a big full lick initiation. Look at that. Big snappy initiation with Russell all over the side of it, but losing a bit of that ground with Porter, just trying to keep that good lead line going with Russell all over the side of that GT86 now. Look at this, just putting down the pressure with Porter throwing down a really good lead line so far. Nice.
There we go on the door.
Wide line, look at that. Russell, beautiful job in the chase position, but left a little bit to be desired in the proximity aspect, so it's going to be interesting to see how they do on the flip side.
Nothing too special there in that run. These drivers are going to have to take it up a level in this next run. Yeah, it's just Porter being a bit shallow on that first corner, but making up for it in the second half. But Russell Jones, can he do a good enough lead line?
Here we go. Russell sending it here. Porter in the chase position. Getting a little bit squirrely there, having a handbrake in on too tight of a line with Russell throwing a beautiful lead wide line coming around the inside clip. Look at that. Just a beautiful line so far with Porter now finally finding the proximity through this section of the track with Russell just throwing
diving back in.
First section of the course. Look at that. Finishing up the run strong. Porter, man, just left a lot on the table for that run, unfortunately.
Yeah, just got a bit scared on that initiation and just left it all on the table, which Russell Jones probably has a very big advantage just because of that there.
For sure, for sure. So the judges are going to be looking at this. I imagine it might be a quick decision, but I mean, there could be stuff that they see and we don't, so it's going to be interesting to see what they decide.
The judges, obviously, they do want to look at everything, but sometimes it is a bit too clear-cut. And obviously they'll be looking at some replays just to get a grasp of what happened. Be like, yep, okay. And then they'll make their decision. And here we go.
Sure.
We have a decision from all three judges. Swipe 'em left for Porter Stewart Holmes. Swipe 'em right for Russell Jones. 1, 2, 3. And Russell Jones gets the win, and he'll be moving on to the top 16. Sadly, Porter Stewart Holmes left it all on the table and just didn't keep up with Russell Jones, and he will have to go home.
Alrighty, which means our next battle, we should be getting Lewis Monks versus Justin Millet.
Yeah, that's going to be a very good battle between these two guys. Lewis Monk showing that he's very aggressive in the chase and that lead, but Millet might come here and take him down, but we don't know until the battle has happened. But of course, if you guys are sitting here, make sure to have a drink and some popcorn, as we're only in the top 32 and we have got to go all the way to the finals. So get ready, buckle your seatbelts, and let's go for a ride.
All right, here we go. Lewis Monks in that Kazuma S15 and Justin Millet in that Supra. I believe it's an HGK kit.
Oh, HGK Supra versus Kazama S15. That's going to be very interesting. Europe versus Japan in the body kits department, but both Japanese cars, so
Well, I mean, the Supra being Japanese could be argued. But here we go. Lewis Monks versus Justin Millet. Lewis pulling an early gap on the initiation, looking really good. And Millet straightens up and goes to the back. Lewis Monks. Wow. Big contact. It looks like Justin Millet tried to get on power, and the car wasn't putting it down to the ground, and he just went straight into Lewis Monks into the rear of that.
You know, it seems that he didn't have the Haltech in his car, you know? He needed the Haltech in his car.
Got into limp mode.
You see, he was spitting flames on the entry. Flames were going everywhere. You don't want that in a drift car, really. Everyone wants all these big pop and bangs. But you just want a nice, smooth running engine sometimes. So you just got to get a Haltech ECU in your car, and you will be ready to go. Of course, maybe the alignment took some play, so he could go to Edmonstone. But here we go. We're back
Lewis
again.
Monks in the chase position with Millet going to have to redeem himself in that lead position. He's going to have to pull something out of the bag here with Lewis Monks on the door. But falling back just a little bit with Millet. Not quite doing a very good lead line. He went shallow on the outside clips and wide on the inside clips. And now he's trying to put together the rest of this run to be as good as possible. Lewis Monks knowing he's got an advantage, not quite pushing up onto the door, but doing just enough to show that he's still in the fight. And finishing out the run strong is Lewis Monks.
Yeah, and maybe a bit of a one-sided battle here towards Lewis Monks. It's just Justin Millet just seems to not be his day, and the judges already having a decision. And obviously, swipe him left for Lewis Monks, swipe him right for Justin Millet, and Lewis Monks gets the win, and he'll be moving on to the top 16. Justin Millet will have to take that Supra home. And next, we have Paul versus Andrejev, which is going to be a very good battle here between these two drivers. Dan Paul in a RPS 13 and Andrejev being in that beautiful S15.
Definitely 2S chassis. This chassis is obviously being a very popular choice for drifting because I don't know, man. It just seems like they came straight out of Nissan from the factory with, drift all over it, drift parts.
Yeah, it's just you think rear-wheel drive, that's it.
Absolutely. I mean, and just in case you want proof of a stock 240 being able to drift, I'm sure everybody's seen that one clip of that bone stock gray 240 winking its headlight and doing a 360 drift around a corner. I mean, if you want evidence that a 240 can drift right out of the box, that clip is exactly it.
And it seems that the drivers are currently asleep in the pits.
Yep. They're throwing a few Z's out. They're snoring. They're like, "Wake me up when my battle ends."
Wake me up when you But yeah.
Wake me up when my battle ends.
of course, these drivers having a lot of nerves. And sometimes some of them get a bit over their head and they don't want to do it, but they have to, because come on now, it's fun to drift. And yeah, we'll just be waiting. There's Stu with the walkie-talkie again.
And while we're waiting once more, I'm going to remind everybody, Series 2 is coming and the tickets go on sale for driver entries on February the 24th. So be sure to be watching the SVDS social medias. That's Scottish Virtual Drift Series at the Instagram or the Facebook handle. Both of them, Scottish Virtual Drift Series. And while you're at it, I mean, hey, you can check out some of our sponsors: Haltech, Driftland UK, Violent D, Mclellan Motorsport, Trade Parts, KDKustoms, Dorifest, TD Tyres, Edmonstone Garage, Scope Branding, and Spelthorne Tennis. I mean, go check out those sponsors. They've got a wide range of products ranging from engine management systems to embroidering and promotional items. I mean, everybody's got their own shtick, and you definitely want to go check them out and make sure that you get all the right stuff for you. And in case you want some recreational time, head over and play some tennis.
And as well, if you want to join the Discord link has just been put in chat. So if you're a fan and want to come in, join the VC.
Here we go, Dan Paul in the lead position with Daniel Andrejev in the chase position. Here we go. Dan Paul's
on the door.
Andrejev is all over the side of the ball. Look at that. A bit of server lag there where Andrejev is getting all over the side of Dan Paul. Dan Paul dropping a couple of
pushing him.
Line, but finishing out the run nice and strong. Beautiful job from both of these guys.
Yeah, very good job from both drivers there. Maybe a bit of server lag, or it could just be the stream, but we will never know, as it hasn't been restarted. So here we go. We'll go on to our second half of the battle. Daniel Andrejev in the lead, Dan Paul in the chase in that beautiful RPS 13. And yeah, these guys doing very good. And here we go.
Paul now in the chase position with Daniel Andrejev. Going to be throwing down in the lead position with that. A big flick in this big flick. With that, nice and wide on the line with Dan Paul trying to get on the side of the ground here with Andrejev pulling a bit of a gap coming through this section of the course. Nice and deep onto the outside.
Very
beautiful job with Dan Paul. Missing a bit of that timing there on that transition and loses ground and actually falls back. Andrejev pulling quite a bit of speed up that hill.
Very big gap between them two there. And yeah, it might left a bit too much on the table there from Dan Paul. And of course, the judges will have to look over that one and see if anything fishy happened, or is it just Dan Paul sleeping. Of course, it's very hard to be very precise and on the door all the time. So props to them guys that do it. And then yeah, we'll be waiting for the judge's decision.
Man, this is one hell of an event so far. We are almost done. Our top 32. This is the third to last battle. We will have two more after this. It'll be Sandman versus Kenneth Casey, and then James Young versus Josh Byrne.
Yeah, of course, these guys doing a very good job. And everyone just driving immaculate today. There hasn't been any big crashes, to be honest. But yeah, except from J Hook and Lewis Monks, that's been the only massive bad crash.
For sure. Judges taking a look at these replays, trying to see who made what mistakes and what might have transpired throughout the run to see if there was any big mistakes to make a decision out of. And a lot of dead air on the stream right now. Apologies, ladies and gentlemen. But like I said, I mean, this is just one hell of an event. We're just waiting along for the judges, trying to get this decision going. And once again, we'll be able to move on to our next battles of the top 32. Once again, we are almost done. Our next battle being Simon and Sandman versus Kenneth Casey, and then James Young versus Josh Byrne. Got some interesting battles coming up. Once again, Dan Paul and Daniel Andrejev putting it down on the track here. And we are still waiting for a decision from our judges to see who moves on to the top 16 to face Lewis Monks in that battle here. So once again, we're looking at our top 16. Our first half of the bracket has been filled out. We have Perez versus Mustard, then Chris Kessler versus Kobe Wells, Ostreka versus Sadowskis versus and Gibbons versus Edgecombe, and then Lay versus McCleary, Samos versus Jones, and then Monks versus, well, to be determined, because we are still waiting on the decision between Paul versus Andrejev, sorry.
And the judges taking their time on this call, trying to get the best they can. And yeah, we'll be waiting for the judges' call still. Obviously, they have to take their time on these things.
Any day now, any week, any month, any year, any
Insert
decade,
elevator music.
any millennia at this point.
Dun, dun. Dun, 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 dun.
Man, this is taking a little bit of a while to get this call, man. It's sometimes our judges, man, they're just looking at everything, trying to make sure that they get the most accurate judging call that they can. So please forgive us for a bit of a wait here. But hey,
Yeah,
you know what you can do in your spare time while you wait? You can go play some tennis at Spelthorne Tennis.
Yeah, you know, if you quickly want to teleport to the tennis center, don't even think they're open. But you know, go play some tennis.
For sure. Or if you're a bit more into the drifting, obviously, if you're here, you're watching it, you can go to Dorifest. It's an event that spans, it's 2 days of relaxed drifting, as well as some team tandem comps over the competition layouts. Very, very cool event, very awesome event. If you are a fan of the Low Origin guys, they often show up at that Dorifest events. You can go there and check their cars out, which are so low that they scrape subframes, and I swear to God, that's their tagline. And if you're looking to build your own car, make sure to go to Haltech for your ECU and engine management systems. Very, very reliable company. They've been at it for longer than I've been alive. I swear they've been doing a really good job with their ECUs, and you know, they've been in the game for a while. So if you're looking to build your car and you want a good, reliable engine management system that'll give you every bit of information you need to keep your car running at its best, go ahead and head over to Haltech and get yourself an ECU there.
When it looks like we have a decision from the judges, swipe him left for Dan Poole, swipe him right for Daniel Andrejev. Here we go. Oh, 1 OMT, but 2 goes to Daniel Andrejev. So Daniel Andrejev will get the win, and Dan Poole will be knocked out. And yeah, Daniel Andrejev going on to the top 16. And we'll be moving on to the next battle, which will be Simon Sandman versus Kenneth Casey, an S15 versus an R33. Just a normal car versus the Land.
Absolutely. So Simon Sandman and Kenneth Casey, both very interesting drivers, and they are very, very talented. I mean, everybody in this bracket is talented. I mean, if you're here in the top 32, it means you've already won a battle. So it's going to be cool to see these guys go at it. Simon Sandman, Kenneth Casey coming up in just a moment. See that beautiful, I believe that's an S15 lined up there. Getting ready there for his run there, that HKS S15. Very beautiful vehicle. I mean, you just saw a little screenshot of it as we were waiting for the last call there, but now we're here with Simon Sandman and Kenneth Casey.
And there we go. We're waiting for them to get off of the line, and the judges to press that button to get the lights going.
Absolutely, you're going to see that light tree once again. Going to go red and then go green, and you're going to see these interesting vehicles go at it again. This S15 versus this R33. R33 is definitely one of the least popular choices of the GTR family. Most people think it is a boat, but I mean, I still think it's pretty cool, and to see it drifting is very interesting. But here we go, Simon Sandman in the lead position with Kenneth Casey in the chase position, trying to get in that proximity.
Straightens
Straightens up behind Simon Sandman. Sandman just throwing down a really good lead line, just trying to keep that lead line going, trying to push it out to those outside clips with Kenneth Casey definitely shaky behind him, trying to just finish out the run the best he can, especially after that straighten, but couldn't quite find any proximity either, which is unfortunate. I mean, I would say he left a lot on the table, but at this point he's gotten up and stood up and walked away from the table.
Yeah. And you know, it's big straighten. That might be an inactive chase from Kenneth Casey, which would lead to a massive advantage to Simon Sandman. And here we go.
Kenneth Casey going for his lead run now. He's going to have to pull something out of the bag to even make it a scratch at Simon Sandman's advantage here. Sandman all over the door of Casey, trying to get up onto the side of that R33's door, and he's very successful at it. He's getting all over it with Casey. Has a good lead run here, but losing a bit of wheel speed there with Simon Sandman. He's
Casey.
3 tires off from Casey, going way too wide with Sandman. Just trying to finish the wall from Casey.
Damn. It looks like Kenneth Casey's day will come to an end. And yeah, the judges have got decision already.
And I think we already know which way it's going. It's time to swipe it left for Simon Sandman. That's all I'm going to say. Because, I mean, I'm pretty sure it's obvious here. And yep, Sandman going to be getting to move on to the top 16. And now we get to move on to our final battle of the top 32. James Young versus Josh Byrne to find out who's going to round out that last position and see who's going to make it for that last battle of top 16. So,
yeah, it's going to be an interesting battle for our last battle. Both drivers basically being underdogs. James Young being an IRL driver. Same with Josh Byrne.
Absolutely, man. James Young, Josh Byrne, both of these guys liveryless. You don't need no livery to drive. I mean, you get style points from me, but I'm not a judge.
He needs to go to Violent D, I think, and get a wrap.
Both of them do.
Both of these guys. Oh God, Violent D might have a busy week after this event, because both of these cars need a wrap. And of course, come on guys, liveries and style points, you should know this by now.
Right.
It's just a known rule.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's a good thing that Alex O'Hara is not a judge for this series, because he would be incredibly biased to your liveryless cars. But James Young in the lead position, Josh Byrne in the chase position. Here we go. Young versus
big aggressive flex
from Young, sending it out wide, nicely done on that outside line. All over, driving in up on the side of the S13. Beautiful job. Look at this. Byrne putting on the aggression with Young in the lead position. That outside clip.
On the bumper!
Right on the white line, and Byrne right in the chase position, pushing him through that section, but losing a bit of ground on that last corner, unfortunately.
Yeah, that was a very good transition at the end from Josh Byrne, but James Young, big aggressive initiation, onto every single clip like a glove. A bit shallow on clip 5 or 6, but that is about it. And here we go.
Here we go. Byrne now in the lead position.
He's the same thing.
Young, big flick initiation.
And he's gone up the bank.
Oh, they're both going up into the dirt. Man.
Oh my God. Dukes of Hazzard.
Out our top 32, man. I mean, if that was a real thing, those cars would both be wrecked, man. But luckily, the sim allows these drivers to continue their run after a crash like that.
Yeah, guys, nothing happened. Don't worry.
Nothing happened. Josh Byrne now finishing out the run, and James Young in the chase position. Now it's going to come down to who was at fault for the contact. If maybe Byrne was on his brakes for too long, or Young just got a little bit overzealous with his entry speed. I don't know, man.
I don't know if he's driving a car or riding a BMX. He literally hit the bank like it was a quarter pipe.
For sure, man. The judges are going to be looking at that to see who was at fault of the contact, and I'm pretty sure nothing else. It's going to come down to this.
2 of the judges have a decision, but the second one doesn't yet. Oh, and they have a decision. for our final battle of the top 32. Swiping left for James Young, swiping right for Josh Byrne, and James Young gets the win and knocks Josh Byrne out. So I'd like to hear from the judges on why that happened. Maybe Josh Byrne dieseled a bit, or maybe James Young. I don't know. Yeah, just basically. But I'll try get the judges in here to explain.
But that does mean we have rounded out our top 16. So once again, we're going to read it out here. On the left side of the bracket, we have Perez versus Mustard for our first battle, followed up by Kobe Wells versus Chris Kessler, then Ostreka and Sadowskis, then Gibbons and Edgecombe. And then on the right half of the bracket, it's Lay versus McCleary, then Samos versus Jones, Monks versus Andrejev, and Sandman versus Young. Going to be a great top 16. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll see you after the ad break.
Escape, girl, tonight.
None of them boy, they no bad. None of them boy them bad pants in forward to some archbishop. Them no bad food them.
You know I said just. Just let's go. escape, girl, tonight.
And we are back for the top 16 of Scottish Virtual Drift Series. Austin will be back in a second, but we are moving on to our top 16 as you'll see the bracket come up in a second. So we have Perez versus Mustard for our first battle, Kobe Wells versus Chris Kessler, and then Darius Ostreka versus Sadowskis, Gibbons versus Edgecombe, and then on the right side of our top 16 bracket we have Lay versus McCleary, Samos versus Jones, Monks versus Andrejev, Sandman versus Young, which is going to be a very interesting battle. These guys will be battling out to get into the top 8, and yeah, it's going to be very close battles between these guys. So we'll be moving on to the Perez versus Mustard battle when they are lined up. Of course, it's been a very nice day out here. You see fresh tarmac on the ground of Driftland. We managed to scave enough pennies out of the pot to get the new tarmac.
Always nice to get the asphalt nice and tidied up.
Always grateful for that. So, yeah. Build up the gravel traps.
What the layout looks like today. Once again, you've been seeing it all day, where they come out, they hit the entry, they go all the way around that wide line, tap that inside clip, come around, get out to the decel zone in that outside clip 5, wrap it around to the tighter section of the course, where they get another clip, they transition for another one, and they come back up the hill that they entered on. So it's going to be it's been a very interesting layout for these guys, because it goes from fast to technical to fast once more. So definitely an interesting layout for them.
Yeah, it's going to be a very good battle bracket. Top 16 today. Of course, we're just getting started. This is only the first battle of top 16. We've already been through, in an hour and a half through the whole of the top 32. So we'll be going into the top 16 and so on.
Definitely going to be interesting.
Yeah, just waiting for the drivers to come to the line. Sorry for all the dead air. It is a bit of a wait for the drivers to get to the line, but it will be coming in a second. There we go. Cameron Mustard doing his donuts, warming up his tyres. Alexander Perez in that beautiful S15. Cameron Mustard in that Japsai R32. Here we
Definitely
go,
going to be
for the judges. It'll be a close battle. Cameron Mustard being a very aggressive driver in that chase, so it's going to be an exciting battle.
Absolutely, and both these guys showing that they're very good drivers. But here we go, Perez and Mustard ready to send it in here. Perez with a big flick initiation, nice and wide with Mustard all over the side of that S15, already on the left line. Look at that, Perez all over the line, but Mustard is just pushing in on the door of that S15. Look at this, Perez,
the back bumper,
Mustard all over the door. Pressure is intense, ladies and gentlemen. Great way to kick off the top 15 so far, Alex. What are you thinking?
Cameron Mustard just showing us what that R32 can do. But Alexander Perez doing a very nice lead line around there and showing us that he is here to stay.
For sure. But Alex Perez definitely putting up a fight. We're going to see how he does it in the chase position. But Mustard in the lead now. We're going to get our tree ready to start lighting them off here. Red, then green. Here we go. Mustard in the lead with Perez in the chase. Here we go. Coming out of the start gate. Mustard big, lighting off the tires already. Perez trying to jump up onto the side of the door. There you go. Jump off the door, but loses a bit of proximity coming around the inside clip now, though.
Pulling away, but Perez not fighting.
Mustard throwing down a beautiful lead line so far. Maybe just dropping a tire over that white line just a little bit with Perez. Just trying to get up.
There we go.
Look at that, pushing him up the hill. Beautiful job from both of these drivers for our first battle in the top 16. Wow. I do not envy the judges, Alex. I do not.
It's a very close battle here. And it's going to be a tough one to judge. Obviously, these judges are going to be looking at this pound for pound.
For sure. Man. You know, battle I am excited for is that after this one, after we get the decision off of this battle, we've got Kobe Wells versus Chris Kessler coming up. I mean, wow. I mean, that's going to be one hell of a battle. I mean, Kobe Wells.
We have a decision.
Oh, here we go. We have a decision between Alexander Perez and Cameron Mustard to see who gets to move on. That's 1, 2, 3 unanimously. Alexander Perez gets the win, and Cameron Mustard, unfortunately for you and your team there, Alex, looks like he's going to be packing it up and heading back to the RPM garage. Unfortunately.
Yep. I'm going to have to give him a scolding after this, but yeah, I'm joking. But we'll be moving. Don't be sorry. But we'll be moving on to Kobe Wells versus Chris Kessler.
Absolutely. Kobe Wells is definitely one hell of a driver, and he's been getting better with every round. But I mean, Chris, the consistency king, Kessler, man, he is just such a robot when it comes going around this track. I mean, he knows exactly what he's got to do every time, and almost always puts down a perfect run. So Kobe has definitely got an uphill climb to go against this man.
You can even hear the bald eagles in the back of Austin's mic. They're coming through.
Actually, a little bit less than a bald eagle. That would be my bird, my little cockatiel just going nuts upstairs.
See, he's even watching the stream and going crazy over the battles.
Absolutely, absolutely. My bird is the only bird that is a fan of drifting in the world.
Now we got all the pigeons at Driftland today.
Fair enough.
Yeah, all the pigeons, seagulls coming in, having a quick view from up top.
For sure. But here we go. Kobe Wells and Chris Kessler lining up. I mean, you can just feel the aura coming off of these two cars just next to each other. Look at that. You can feel how much aggression is already being put down on the track, and just them sitting there at the line. Like, this is going to be a good battle, because Kobe Wells definitely a very aggressive, very solid driver, but tends to take himself out whenever he makes a mistake. And Chris Kessler definitely going to want to capitalize on any mistakes that Kobe might make. But here we go. The lights go on, the lights go green. Kobe Wells in the lead position with Chris Kessler in the chase position. Here we go. Wells sends it in nice and deep onto the outside line. And whoa, Chris Kessler! All over the side of that S14. Man, he is just pushing so hard. What a massive
pushing it.
Possible contact with Kobe, just trying to stay on that outside wide line, coming through this outside clip here.
Very nice.
Trying to get up onto the side of that S14. Absolutely beautiful job from both of these guys. Wow, what a chase run from Kessler.
Yeah, that contact may have been caused by Kobe maybe coming off a throttle. You can see the smoke dissipate a bit when he was coming into that outside zone 5 or 6.
For sure. The judges will be taking a look at the replays after this battle is done. But here we go. Chris, the consistency king, Kessler up in the lead position now with Kobe Wells ready to follow him in here.
Kobe the Clown Wells here.
Okay.
We have Kobe the Clown Wells versus Chris Kessler.
Here we go. Kessler now in the lead position. Let's see how he does. Kobe Wells going to want to put the pressure on to see goes Kessler put the pressure on him. Look at that. Kessler already pulling a bit of a gap with Kobe Wells just trying to lunge back up onto the door of that S14 of Chris Kessler. Kessler going a beautiful line here so far with Kobe just trying to stick to the door of Kessler. Beautiful job so far and actually making it up onto the door for the end of the course. Wow. What a battle. I knew this was going to be a hard one. This was going to be a absolutely insane battle, and it looks like it's proved it. Now with the replays, we get a chance to see what happened in the run between Kessler and Kobe in the lead run of Kobe here, and we're going to have to see what happens here. You can see it coming through the decel. Kessler doesn't hit him, but you can see Kobe makes a mistake and then has to slow down just a little bit, and that's when Kessler actually does go into him. So it's going to be interesting to see what the call looks like from the judges here. They might see something that we don't, because again, we're just up here in the commentator's tower. We're just screaming at the action. They actually have to dissect it.
100%. We're waiting for them judges to look at the replays, make sure they make the right call. But this battle was absolutely insane. Nice from these two.
Absolutely. It's always good to see a good run. And yeah, the judge is definitely going to be dissecting every single piece of this run to try and get the best they can out of it. Look at that. Kobe Wells, once again, not even driving his car. This is Kobe Cavish's S14.
But obviously having a lot of seat time in that car, preparing for this round.
For sure, for sure. And Chris Kessler obviously having the some of the most amount of seat time I've ever seen somebody drive in his S14. I mean, he is almost always ripping that thing around any track that he can think of. And he's definitely got his fair share of experience in competition. So, I mean, he is just super consistent, absolutely phenomenal driver. And here we go. We have a decision. Kobe Wells swipe him left, or Chris Kessler swipe him right. And there we go. Chris Kessler unanimously moves into the top 8. And will be joining Mr. Alex Perez in the top 8. Wow. Already got our first battle for the top 8 lined up.
We'll have our next battle, Ostreka versus Sadowskis, which is going to be an insane battle. Ostreka being a well-proven VDC driver, and Sadowskis coming out of the woodworks, showing everyone what he can do, proving that he is here to stay.
Absolutely. Two very, very talented drivers coming up. But I mean, I don't know if it'll top that chase that Kessler just did. I mean, wow. Like, did you see that initiation, my man? It was crazy.
Yeah, it was insane. He was just pushing him on the door. That was, it's clinical from Chris Kessler.
Here we go. Darius Ostreka and Eridas Sadowskis lining up, getting ready for their battle. And I can already tell this one's going to be a good one. Already such a good one that my lungs aren't working anymore.
And yeah, we're going to be waiting for the judges to set these two guys off.
Getting these guys lined up. Ostreka going to be in the lead with Sadowskis in the chase position. Man, this is going to be a good one. This is definitely going to be an amazing battle. Alrighty, the lights go green. Here we go. Darius Ostreka in the lead position with Sadowskis in the chase position. Let's see how they do. Ostreka going for a big flick initiation. Nice and wide with Sadowskis on the door of that S15. Look at that. Getting the inside clip as Ostreka. Ostreka, look at this. Wow! Door to door. Sadowskis is not leaving anything to chance. He is trying to stay on the door of that S15 and trying to make sure that you can't even fit a piece of paper between them. Look at that. But finishing out the run, actually falling back just a little bit towards the end of the run, unfortunately. But, I mean, everybody makes mistakes, and Sadowskis definitely is still putting up one hell of a fight. Just absolutely phenomenal so far. And now we're going to get ready to send them for the second half of their battle. Ostreka in the chase position now with Sadowskis. Sadowskis going to be leading in. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Sadowskis in the lead position now with Ostreka in the chase. Here we go. BMW versus S15. Here we go. Setting it in. Nice. Wow. Big angle from Sadowskis coming into that first section of the course with Ostreka all over the side of that 846. Cutting the line was a little bit, though, from Sadowskis there. He was kind of inside clip. Coming out to the outside wide line. Ostreka all over the bumper to bumper transitions and pushing him up the hill. Wow. What a show of force.
To run there from Darius Ostreka. Wow. That was insane.
Man, I feel like I'm sitting out here and I'm camping because that was intense.
Yeah, for sure. And I think that the judges already... No, they don't yet. They don't have a full decision, but two of the judges have a decision. We're just waiting on the first one. But yeah, they seem pretty quick to be making decisions on this one. And here we go. No. I'm wrong. I'm very wrong. But
and
yeah,
if you look at the side-by-side camera on the left, you can see Sadowskis make a bit of a mistake on the initiation, so that might be a contributing factor to this. Hey man, not everybody knows how to do a perfect tandem donut, but donuts are donuts.
Yeah. For sure. They're obviously dissecting this piece by piece, making sure everything is.
For sure. Here we go. Let's see. Swipe him left for Ostreka, swipe him right for Sadowskis. There we go. Ostreka takes the win, and we'll be moving on to our top 8. Now we move on to another good battle. We're going to get Mitchell Gibbons versus Tom Edgecombe. Gibbons in his A80 Supra, and Tom Edgecombe in a little Miata, and it's really cool to see it go as far as it is in the top 16, and we're going to see if it can take out Mitchell Gibbons. Now, Mitchell Gibbons is an IRL driver as well. He's got experience, I believe also experience driving this track in real life too, so it's really cool to see him come to the virtual side of things and make a name for himself out here too, for sure.
100%. These guys are obviously doing a lot to push through, make sure they are at the top.
Absolutely, but Gibbons and Edgecombe, definitely going to be a really cool battle. I mean, this is going to be like, this could be one of the better ones out of this half of the bracket, but I mean, I don't know if it can get better than Cubby Wells and Chris Kessler. Here we go, you can see Tom Edgecombe warming up his tires, doing some donuts. Mitchell Gibbons, that A80 Supra, already lined up at the line, and here we go. We're going to get ready to send him here any moment now. Mitchell Gibbons in the lead position, Tom Edgecombe in the chase position. The lights will go red, the lights will go green, and we'll see him head out on the track. Any day now, judges. We're going to get him going. Here we go. We got him waiting at the line here. We're going to get him sent here in just a moment. And while we're here, we can see that we already have Alexander Perez and Chris Kessler. That's going to be one hell of a battle in the top 8. 100%. Perez and Kessler, both of them are going to be absolutely amazing. And we saw Ostreka come out over top of Sadowskis, moving into the next battle of the top 8. And we will get to see through the Gibbons and Edgecombe battle who's going to go in and go up against Ostreka. I mean, either or could give Ostreka a run for his money. So it's going to be very interesting to see who makes it into the top 8. And while we wait, ladies and gentlemen, I know I'm beating a dead horse here, but Series 2 is coming. Make sure to keep an eye out on the Scottish Virtual Drift Series Instagram page and Facebook page on February the 24th to watch for the driver entries for Series 2. Keep in mind we are still limited to top 64 drivers, so make sure that you're watching, because the last time these tickets went on sale, they sold out in about 15 minutes. So you're going to want to be making sure that you're watching very closely on the social media pages of SVDS on February the 24th when the tickets go live if you want your spot. So make sure to keep an eye out. All right, here we go. Mitchell Gibbons in the lead position with Tom Edgecombe in the chase position. That Supra versus that Mazda Miata MX-5. Look at this, a big flick initiation. Gibbons nice and wide on the outside line with Tom Edgecombe on the inside, just trying to nudge in onto the door of that Supra. Look at how big that Supra is compared to that Miata. Look at that. Look at that, putting the pressure on is Tom Edgecombe. Transitioning nice and deep, trying to get up onto the door of the Supra. Look at that, beautiful job. Finishing out the run nice and aggressive is Tom Edgecombe and Mitchell Gibbons. Wow, what a run so far.
Yeah, very nice there from both drivers.
Absolutely crazy. Now, I just realized something that might be a little bit funny. I'm looking at the bracket right now, and keep in mind, Samos is driving Mitchell Gibbons' car, and if they both make it to the finals, they're on opposite sides of the bracket, so if they both make it to the finals, we could see the same car go at each other for the finals. But enough with hypotheticals here. Mitchell Gibbons going to be chasing in Tom Edgecombe. Here we go. A big initiation from Tom Edgecombe, carrying the momentum, but Mitchell Gibbons all over the side of that Miata MX-5, but falling off just a little bit. Now coming into the decel, is going to be lunging on. Oh, contact, pushing Tom Edgecombe wide, and Tom is going to have to make a correction because of it on a tighter line now. Mitchell Gibbons just trying to stay with him, and Tom following that outside line. Beautiful job from both of these drivers. Now the judges are going to have to look at that contact and see whose fault it was, because it did create quite a bit of an upset for Tom's line here. We're going to get to see it on the replay here. You can see Tom comes out on that wide line, and he's coming around the inside clip looking nice and good. He's lunging up, and then you see Mitchell Gibbons come in a little bit too fast. Now Tom was on throttle when the contact happened, and you can see he had to make an adjustment because of it, and it put him on a tighter line. So the judges are going to be looking at it to see if Tom was at fault for it, or if Mitchell just got a little bit too aggressive in the chase position, because if he did, that could lead to a call where Mitchell Gibbons might actually go out here. But If it is the other way and Tom was slowing down where he wasn't supposed to be, it's possible that Mitchell Gibbons could also move on here. But it's definitely going to probably come down to that contact. Absolutely, to see who's going to go up against Ostreka in the top 8. Moving on to the side-by-side view, you can see the differences between the run. Mitchell definitely had a lot better of an initiation, but where Mitchell started falling off, Tom was actually gaining proximity and coming through, got nice and close to Mitchell, whereas Mitchell hit Tom. And Tom looking really solid in the chase position. And both of them getting nice and close through this section, but Tom, I think, was just a little bit closer through the final section of the course, so who knows? Who knows what could happen? Oh, man.
Brilliant battle from these two drivers so far.
Absolutely.
We'll be waiting for the decision from these two judges.
Judges definitely having a lot to look over, making sure that they get the right call out here. Because, again, our judges are always committed to making the right call and the correct call, trying to make sure everything's going right. Definitely an interesting battle here. It's always good to see that little Miata go super far in competition. I mean, I can't remember how well he did last event, but I mean, it's good to see it do well this event too.
Clinical from both drivers, though.
Absolutely, both of them just putting down absolutely surgical runs. But definitely a few mistakes, and that's fine. But, you know, it could lead to a loss. It could lead to a win, you know. As you do in a judge sport. I don't know why I'm repeating this to you guys. You guys know how it works.
Of course, Mitchell Gibbons trying to get proximity in places Tom Edgecombe didn't have, but losing proximity. Oh, yeah, and there's a big tap there.
For sure, for sure. Yeah, you can see Gibbons goes into Tom, and it sent him quite wide on the track, and Tom had to make quite a bit of a correction to make up for it.
Mm-hmm.
But Gibbons throwing down also a really good lead line too. So, who knows? It is possible. It could go either way. I'm looking at it. I'm thinking it could go either way. But who, at the end of the day, is going to end up going up against Ostreka in the Great 8? That is the question. Looking good are both of these drivers. Both of these cars look really good too. It's interesting to see the liveries and the tastes of each of the driver and see what they come up with to get their cars looking just right. But look at that. Look at these two beautiful cars. Nice, beautiful shot of that MX-5. Look at that. I think it's really pretty, actually. The Supra also looking really good. That livery looking really snazzy on Mitchell Gibbons' car. Right now we're getting a nice little shot. And here we go. The judges are making a decision. Swipe them left for Mitchell Gibbons. Swipe them right for Tom Edgecombe. That's one judge saying Tom Edgecombe gets the win. We still are waiting on the other two decisions. That's swipe them left. And it's a split decision. We're getting one more time.
Let's go.
Well, it's always good to get to see these drivers go at it again. It's going to see if they can, consistency creates champions. So if they can put down good runs and edge out over each other, one of them might get the win. And we're going to see how these guys do here. So once again, Gibbons going to be leading in and Tom going to be chasing. I cannot wait, ladies and gentlemen. Give us a shout and chat if you're enjoying the event so far. If you're enjoying watching these guys go at it. I mean, it is a really cool track, a really cool set of cars. Give us a shout. Tell us how we're doing. Tell us how the event seems like it's going there. Are you enjoying it? Are the calls nice? Are the drivers nice? Are the cars nice? Tell us how you feel. Tell us how you feel. All right, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to get ready to send them here again for their one more time battle. And here we go. Mitchell Gibbons in the lead. Tom in the chase. Here we go. Mitchell going for a big three-stage initiation, and Tom just trying to stick with him. Whoa, look at that entry. Wow. Big contact there, but Mitchell stays in it. Tom just tries to keep it on the door, but is falling back just a little bit with Mitchell Gibbons just trying to finish out his lead run. Nice and deep. Tom now finding the proximity again, trying to get up onto the side of that A80 Supra. finishing out the run stronger. Both of these drivers, wow. I mean, we had contact at the start of that run. It's going to be interesting to see whose fault it was. We'll have to look at the replays after this run is over. Unfortunately, the stream is getting a little bit laggy. We might have to do some work to that before we get into the top 8. But here we go. Mitchell Gibbons and Tom Edgecombe. Here we go. Tom in the lead. Mitchell Gibbons in the chase. Let's see how Tom fares in the lead position. Mitchell lighting off the tires. Tom flicking it in. Nicely done on the wide line. Mitchell all over the side of that MX-5 coming into the inside clip. Now Tom coming around the outside D-cell. Look at that. Mitchell is careful not to go into Tom this time, and he's all over that MX-5, but loses a bit of ground here as he chokes himself off in the chase. Tom getting out in that white line, finishing out the run strong. Beautiful job from Tom Edgecombe and Mitchell Gibbons.
Yeah, these two drivers putting it all on the track, both trying to get very aggressive entries. Maybe Tom was a bit too inside on his entry, and that probably caused the contact. But Mitchell Gibbons doing a clinical chase, trying not to get too close, but not too far. Dooring him there, throwing more angle to avoid him on transition, maybe losing a bit of ground, but diving back in for that last section.
For sure. And the judges will be looking at that contact from the first run there to see whose fault it was. Yeah, Tom was on the inside, but it could also turn out that Mitchell was on the brakes. Who knows? We didn't really
100%.
get a good look at it. So the judges will be looking at that to see who was at fault there. I mean, we're trying to stress that you shouldn't be on your handbrake for too long at the initiation. So if Mitchell was on his handbrake, then that could end up being a problem. Whereas Tom being on the inside and going towards the front end of Mitchell Gibbons might also make it his fault too. So who knows? And yeah, I saw almost no smoke coming from Mitchell Gibbons' car, so that could be a contributing factor to this call. It's hard to say, especially up here in the commentator's tower, where we only get really the one view at the run. So it's gonna be a good call here to see who did what and who made the mistake.
We'll be waiting for them judges.
For sure, judges are going to be taking a look at this call. Trying to make sure they get the right call on this one. Always interesting to see this little Miata dominate in the field, but who knows? This could have been a mistake on Tom, and it might go out here in the top 16, but hey, for a tiny little Miata, hey, the top 16 is not a bad place to go out, so if he does go out, he should still be proud of how good that little car is doing. Oh, here we go. We have a decision from the judges. Swipe him left for Gibbons, swipe him right for Tom.
Oh, and here we go.
That's unanimous. Tom Edgecombe gets the win. I guess they must have found that Mitchell Gibbons was slowing down too much for the initiation, and that's why Tom went into him. So there we go. The little Miata that could moves on to top 8 and gets to go against Darius Ostreka. That is going to be one hell of a battle.
You manifested that you wanted to see Mitchell Gibbons versus Alex Samos, but that's not going to happen, sadly.
Unfortunately. But hey, you know what? What is fortunate is Tom Edgecombe again moving into the top 8. That's going to be a really fun battle to watch him go against Ostreka. It's going to be a really good battle, especially considering how fast Ostreka is. So yeah, if you look at the left, we have Perez versus Kessler for our first battle of top 8, and Ostreka versus Edgecombe in the second battle. So we're going to see how they do in the second half of top 16.
Yeah.
Still waiting for our drivers to load in. So for our second half of the top 16, we have Jackson Lay versus McCleary. We have Samos versus Jones, Monks versus Andrejev, and Sandman versus Young, rounding out the second half of the top 16. So it's going to be interesting to see who goes into our top 8. Will it be Lay? Will it be McCleary? Will it be Samos? Will it be Jones? And for that first battle, or will it be Monks and Andrejev, or Sandman or Young? Definitely a beautiful lineup of drivers today. And the action has been crazy. I mean, we have had some really tight battles all the way up until this point.
Yeah, 100%. And we've still got another half to go. Obviously, we might have a little short ad break or before the drivers get to the line. So that explains it if we do. But it looks like we're coming back. But as you can see, it's going to be Perez versus Kessler and Ostreka versus Edgecombe, which is going to be an insane battle.
Absolutely. The action coming up is just going to be nuts. Perez versus Kessler, I mean, that's going to be a great battle all on its own, but Ostreka versus Edgecombe, it's going to be awesome to see if that MX-5 goes any further today.
Yeah, 100%.
But I believe we should be getting our guys up here in just a moment. We got Lay and McCleary coming up for our next battle of the top 16. Definitely going to be an interesting lineup of these guys here. I swear to God, my favorite word in this stream today is the word interesting. Interesting.
Interesting.
Interesting.
It's going to be a very interesting, guys.
Indeed. It's interesting that the interesting is the interesting.
Yeah, I know, right?
Interesting.
And I've got my dog sitting next to me. Now
That's
she's trying to
interesting.
climb up.
That's also interesting.
My dog is now on my lap.
That is interesting.
And it's a massive husky. So
Interesting.
we have a very compact issue.
Interesting turn of events.
Here. Yeah, interesting. Well,
Jackson Lay versus Jason McCleary. Here we go. Jackson Lay in the lead position, but McCleary in the chase. Here we go. Jackson Lay, big initiation, but misses out on that clip. And McCleary just trying to get up onto the door of that S14.
Oh, getting on that
tight to the inside clip. Beautiful job so far, though. McCleary all over the side of the S14. Lay trying to get up to the outside line. Might have dropped his tires just a little bit, but a big transition from McCleary trying to get up onto the door of that S14 and pushes him up through the uphill of the track. Beautiful job.
As we said before, Jason McCleary is practically born on this track the way he's driving it. So the Scottish national is doing very well here. But can Jackson Lay end it all?
For sure, especially considering now McCleary, remember, did play spoiler to our points leader Anthony Taylor in his top 32 battle, so we know that that McCleary is capable of a phenomenal battle. But here we go, Jackson Lay taking off early, doesn't want to get gapped here with McCleary going for a nice big three-stage initiation, lighting it off nice and early. Jackson Lay up on the door, just trying to get up to that side of that A80 Supra. Beautiful job, look at that. Oh, but losing a bit of that angle, maybe going straight there, but it's hard to tell from this angle. Jason McCleary looking really solid in that lead position, throwing down a textbook lead line, pushing up the hill with Jackson Lay just trying to stay up on the door, and a beautiful job for both of these drivers. Just a phenomenal showing from all these guys, making top 16 exciting to watch.
Oh, I'm having a lot of issues with this dog right now. It's currently trying to climb up.
Interesting. Alrighty, but here we go. We're going to get a call here between these two drivers. Swipe him left for Lay, swipe him right. And it looks like all three judges have decided for Jason McCleary is going to take the win on that one. And that is interesting.
I knew it. I knew it was coming. I knew it was coming. I was about to say, wait, you didn't say interesting? But you have said it. So
you know, it's interesting that I can't stop saying the word interesting.
Yeah, so next we've got an interesting battle, Samos versus Jones.
Definitely going to be interesting to see how interesting the battle is going to be, is if it's going to be interesting or not.
Alright, let's stop. It's cringy now. Alright, so we'll be waiting for them to come to the line.
I'm also being fed other words for interesting, such as fascinating or intriguing.
Intriguing. New word.
Oh.
Coming to your dictionaries near you 2024.
Okay. Is that going to
Intriguing.
be the basis for your
Intriguing.
presidential campaign?
Yeah. So,
Vote
O'Hara
Alex
for
O'Hara
president.
2024. Intriguing, tasting.
My dog is now licking my steering wheel on the simulator.
You know what that is, right? That's interesting.
Yeah, that's very interesting.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
He's being interesting.
Well, my dog's doing a bit of house cleaning, so if you don't want to hoover your house, you just get a dog. They'll eat everything off the floor.
You know what that is? That's interesting.
Yeah, very interesting there. So here we go, Samos versus Jones at the line.
Gonna be an interesting battle.
Yeah, it's gonna be very interesting indeed.
Oh, I've been fed another word for a synonym for interesting. Riveting. Also a good
Riveting.
one.
Oh my god.
But I think I'm gonna stick with interesting as these two interesting drivers go for an interesting initiation. Here we go. Gibbons or Samos actually. There. See, I told you I'd do it eventually. Samos setting it out, coming on the inside clip. Russell Jones getting onto the door of that A80 Supra.
Oh, there we go.
Look at
Nicely
that.
done.
Samos doing a
Dropping
beautiful job.
tires.
Oh, but dropping tires out there. That's quite interesting.
Position.
Look at that. Jones looking for the proximity, looking for the door, and managing to find it. Beautiful job. That was a very interesting run.
Yeah, there it is, yeah. Very interesting indeed.
I feel like at least for the next stream, we need a counter for how many times I say the word interesting.
I think we need SVDS merch with interesting on it. Because it'd be
Yes,
very
interesting.
interesting idea.
Yeah, it's a very interesting idea. It's very interesting. It would be, you know.
Here we go.
Alrighty, here we go. Jones in the lead position now. Samos in the chase. Here we go. Big flick initiation from Jones. Look at that. Samos all over the side of that interesting GR86. Beautiful job wrapping around the outside zone. Beautiful job here. Samos in the chase. Just masterclass in predictive driving. Beautiful job all over the side of that GR86.
An interesting run.
What an interesting run.
Oh my god.
Man,
What's
what an
happening?
insane battle. You know what's happening is that it's being very interesting.
Oh my god. Right, so waiting for the judges to have a call here.
It's going to be an interesting call.
Wait, have you seen the next battle, Austin?
Have we seen the next battle?
It's Lewis Monks versus Andrejev.
Oh, that one's going to be interesting.
Yeah, that'll be very interesting. And then you have Sandman versus Young for the last two battles of our top 16.
For sure. And we have actually lost viewers on the stream. I don't think they think it's as interesting as I do.
No, I think it's us saying interesting, you know, which is a very interesting way to lose. But yeah, if you're watching at home, please laugh with us. Don't laugh at us.
Honestly, laugh at us. It means more views.
Yeah, laugh at us. Please, just laugh at us.
Laugh at us. And you know what is also interesting? Series 2 is coming, ladies and gentlemen. So if you want to get into the top 64 spot for Series 2, make sure to watch out. February the 24th, the driver's entry tickets go live. Make sure to keep an eye out on the SVDS Instagram and Facebook page, both at Scottish Virtual Drift Series. Make sure to stay up to date and watch for those tickets to go live. February the 24th, once again, keep that date in mind and watch the pages.
Yeah, 100%. And also, if you want to see some very interesting posts, make sure to like and subscribe to the Driftland YouTube channel and all the Driftland and SVDS social medias. Scottish Virtual Drift Championship, as Austin has just said, on all handles. And Driftland UK on most handles for Driftland.
Interesting.
Yeah, very interesting indeed. Indeed.
Well, we should be getting a call from the judges here soon. They're going to be watching this battle with interesting intent.
Yeah, and it looks no, but I can see some of the calls that the judges are making right now, and it's very interesting.
Okay. I think it's done. I think the meme is dead.
And that wasn't actually me trying to say interesting. It was just, it is interesting.
It's just the natural next word to say, but here we go. Swipe him left for Samos. Swipe him right for Jones. That's 1 vote for OMT, but 2 for Jones, meaning that the majority
Here
say
we
that
go.
Jones is moving on to our top 8.
Yeah, very
Now
interesting.
next we're going to have a very riveting battle, Monks versus Andrejev.
Oh, we found a new word, everyone.
We did. We found a new word.
We're no longer going to be toddlers. Here we go. Riveting
we're
battles
first
coming
graders.
up.
We have more than one word in our vocabulary. Now we're first graders.
Yeah. I finally completed my SATs.
Oh man, but here we go. Lewis Monks, Daniel Andrejev, both very phenomenal, very talented drivers. It's gonna be riveting to see these guys go at it.
Yeah, hoping to see a very riveting performance from these drivers.
Indeed, it's gonna be interesting to see how these guys.
God damn.
I couldn't hold myself back. I'm sorry.
God damn it. You're ruining it. You're ruining
it. I'm ruining it.
There you go, Canadian trying to do a UK impression.
All
But
right,
he's alright.
calm down.
Here, let's try and get something, let him to do something. Austin, try to do a Scottish accent.
No.
As we're in the Scottish Virtual Drift Series, do a Scottish accent.
The
So
only
every
time
Scottish person watching can laugh.
I'm not gonna do it because I'll get fired.
No, it's just an impression, man.
Nah.
Oh, come on.
No.
Well, guys, there you go. You're not going to get any entertainment from Austin. Done.
Oh.
I'm joking. But anyway, we're getting into this battle. Lewis Monks in the lead. Daniel Andrejev in the chase, which is going to be a very riveting battle here.
Yes, very riveting.
Yeah. And
Riveting and interesting. All right, here we go. Lewis Monk setting it in. Big initiation with Andrejev all over the side of that S15. Beautiful job on the initiation. Lewis Monk setting it in. Beautiful job through the outside zone.
On the wheel to wheel.
All over the side of that S15. Putting it on the door. Putting on the pressure. Wow.
Transition.
Door-to-door transition. Masterclass in chase driving right now. Take notes, everybody. You will be quizzed.
Oh my God.
Riveting.
See, the people in the chat are wanting a Scottish accent as well. Even Jason McCleary, the guy that was born on Driftland.
Sorry, I'm not doing it.
Come on,
I am.
gotta
It's
try.
gonna be atrocious.
Yeah. So right.
The only time I could do even a half decent impression of the Scottish accent is I remember watching Drag Race and there was a Scottish character on there and they always did a funny Scottish accent when they were naming him. But I'll do it after here. And Andrejev sending it in. Beautiful job of the initiation.
Lewis Monks.
With Monks all over the side of Andrejev. He knows that Andrejev is a great chase driver, so he's proving that he can do the same. Andrejev, beautiful job so far coming in the outside touch and go.
Here we
Lewis
go.
Monk losing it to the ground, but pushing it up onto the door. Wow!
Oh my God. What have we just witnessed?
A very riveting and interesting performance.
Yeah, and it's very intriguing as well.
Oh, is it? It's also fascinating.
I don't know about that one.
Fantastic.
I can't say that. I'm not qualified enough.
No,
to
what
say
you
that.
can't say is aluminum.
No, aluminium.
It's aluminum.
It's aluminium.
Aluminum.
Aluminium.
Aluminum.
Aluminium.
Aluminum.
Aluminium.
This will go on for quite some time, ladies and gentlemen.
Aluminium.
I have to
I
see.
win.
Somebody type it in chat how it's spelt over there. Because
I win.
Man, I just like we're just having a good time up here in the booth as we
So,
wait for a call.
so this is how it is spelt.
All right, let's see. Handbrakes is typing gibberish to me in my DMs. I don't know what that man thinks he's typing when he types to me, but I can't read it.
No. I sent it in the YouTube
Oh, there
chat.
is an I after the U over there. That's why you guys say it funny.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, see, over here, it's just aluminum. There's no I after the N.
Yeah, because you just have to simplify everything.
Yes, because we are.
Come on,
stupid.
in the UK, we make it tough.
It's some NA education over here.
Okay. In the UK, we make everything tough, so everyone struggles, okay?
Most type commentators in a long time. Let's go. Thank you for the compliment.
Let's go.
Plus, like, everybody, like, if you want me to do a Scottish accent, you got to give me something to say. That's what needs to happen. You got to give me something to say, and then I can butcher it.
Well, when we announce the podium, that's when you've got to do it.
No, you're not going to put that much pressure on me. Just give me something to say, and I'll say it. Because, like I said, the only thing I know how to say in a decent accent is the name of the character on RuPaul's Drag Race, Lawrence Chaney. Like, that's all it is, and it's just a stupid impression. That's all it is. Lawrence Chaney. Like, that's all it is. Yeah, you know what? Screw you. You wanted it. I gave it to you. Leave me alone. How are things going to be spelled different in the English language? It just is. That's just how things are done. You know, like up here in Canada, we spell color with a U.
Yeah, true. Robbed that language and changed it. Yeah, you are right. You know what? You're right.
Correct. That's what you are. You are absolutely correct.
See? Aluminium. Same as everywhere.
Aluminum.
It doesn't sound as cool.
Hey, you know what? At least it's not as bad as bologna. Or should I say bologna?
Bologna, yeah.
There are some words in the English language that are just impossible to understand.
Spaghetti bolognese. Bolognese. Spaghetti bolognese.
Oh, man.
Spaghetti bolognese.
Alrighty, well, we finally have a decision. Lewis Monks or Daniel Andrejev, and Daniel Andrejev takes the win with two judges fighting towards him. And we will be moving on to Sandman and Young for our last battle of the top 16. Who will be going up against Daniel Andrejev? That is going to be the question. Sandman in his beautiful S15 and Young in that S13.
Yeah, see, I don't know what to say to me. Do you know what beans are? Like, baked beans.
Baked beans. Well, yeah.
Heinz beans.
Indeed, yes.
You're the first person that I've ever asked from a different country that knows. That's amazing. Did you know we put cheese inside in the beans, right?
That sounds absolutely phenomenal, actually.
Yeah, I know. And remember last round, yeah? You were talking about bacon wrapped turkey. Okay?
Yes!
Guess what? I tried it. Oh, here we go. Anyway, back onto the run.
Sandman and Young. Here we go. Sandman in lead position with Young in the chase. Falling back just a little bit with Sandman doing a really good job in the chase, or in the lead, trying to throw down a really good run here with Young. Just not quite finding the proximity. Now he's going to be lunging up, trying to find it through the last section of the course, finishing up the run.
Close as you'd like him to be.
Not quite finding that proximity. No, not at all. And yeah, no, bacon wrapped turkey is delicious.
Well, the last time I asked an American what Heinz beans was, baked beans was, I said it was beans in tomato sauce, and they said, dude, that sounds disgusting.
It's delicious. You know? What do you mean?
Yeah, exactly. That's what I mean. It's amazing.
I have to know, by the way, and we'll talk about it after this battle before we go to commercial, but I have to know what bangers and mash are.
Bangers and mash, so it's sausage and mashed potato.
Oh, seriously? That's all it is? All right,
Yes.
well, here we go. Young setting it in. Beautiful initiation. Nice and loud on the wide line with the Sandman doing a beautiful job in the chase, just
Oh,
looking
no.
dominant. Oh, almost a bit of contact, but Young showing a good lead
Yeah,
right
but
here for Sandman to chase it all over the side of them.
Oh.
Young, look at that, up on the
Yeah,
door.
but
Beautiful job to finish out this
Oh, he's
run.
oh no! He's gone flying over
Lost
the track.
control at the end of the run. That's so funny. I
Yeah,
find it
as you-
funny that bangers and mash is just what, sausage and mashed potatoes.
Yeah, sausage and mashed potato, and maybe
Now I have to know. Now I have to know.
you put gravy over the top.
Is the sausage in the mashed potatoes, or is it just like a sausage
No,
with a side of mashed potatoes?
Yeah, sausage with a side of mashed potatoes, but sometimes people put the sausages on top. They cook the sausages in some gravy, so then yeah, it's just you pour the gravy and the sausages over the top of the mashed potato, and it's absolutely beautiful.
Ladies and gentlemen, we reached the part of the stream where we have ran out of things to talk about. So
Yeah,
we are starting to talk about food.
I know what this is, but Austin,
Have you ever
What?
had like a proper like Canadian poutine? Have you ever had like a proper like fries, gravy, cheese curds? You have to. Oh my
the
goodness.
fact that you say curds makes it not appealing. That's the
Okay,
only
but
thing.
cheese curds is just like it's just a word for like the kind of cheese it is and how it's like
Oh,
how
okay.
it's served.
Okay.
It's essentially little like nuggets of cheese.
Yeah, so like what I'm gonna say, do you know what your buckfast is?
I've heard
Oh,
of it
here
in
we go.
passing, don't know what it is.
Swipe him left for Simon Sandman, swipe him right for James Young, and Simon Sandman gets the win, but it's not unanimous. One of the judges going for it one more time, but sadly it won't be that. So Simon Sandman will get the win, and we'll be moving on to our top 8 after a short ad break, maybe. But I think we.
Just you and me, let's escape, girl, tonight.
None of them boy, they no bad. None of them boy, they no bad. None of them boy, they no bad. Bad man, send power to some archbishop. Them no bad. Who them
You know I suggest. You know I suggest. Let's go.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Thank you for sticking around with us for that ad break. We are now in the top 8 of round 3 of the SVDS Scottish Virtual Drift Series. The top 8, the 8 of the best drivers today. We have Perez versus Kessler, Ostreka versus Edgecombe, McCleary versus Jones, and Andrejev versus Sandman. Some of the best drivers of today and of the series coming up. Here we go. Perez and Kessler gonna be one of the most intense battles of the day, I feel like. These guys are crazy. They do some of the best runs of the day. And here we go. Perez in the lead, Kessler in the chase. Here we go. Big initiation from Perez.
Flick.
Kessler following him in. Big flick. Oh, Kessler not as close as he normally is in the chase. Following back. But
and he's coming back.
He's finally following back up. Here we go. Perez, big angle coming into this outside clip. And Kessler finally manages to find the proximity. Getting door to door. Bumper to bumper transition.
Nice
all
on
over the
that.
side of Perez.
Kessler.
Pushing him up towards the end of the track. Beautiful job. Absolutely phenomenal from Kessler, but it definitely left a bit to be desired in the first section of the course. So we're going to have to see how these guys do. On the flip side here, Perez in the chase. Actually, Perez has an opportunity to take it out from under Chris Kessler here. See if he can do a better chase and have a better initiation on the start of the track where Kessler seemed to have fallen off. It'll be interesting to see how this fares, how these guys do. This is going to be absolutely insane. Here we go. The lights go green. Kessler in the lead. Perez in the chase. Here we go. Kessler coming down the straight, firing off. Big flick initiation. Perez. Oh, a lot closer onto Kessler than Kessler was onto Perez. Perez remember on the inside clip on the rear wheel. Big into this section. Almost more angle from Perez than Kessler has. Kessler throwing into the section of the course. And wow, Perez, look at that. Beautiful job. Finishing on the run, a lot more consistent than Kessler seemed to be. This could be an upset. Taking Kessler out is a possibility here for Perez. And Perez could be moving on to our top 4. Man, what a great battle so far. I mean, to start off our top 8, this is one of the most aggressive battles I have seen in a long time, man. This could be a great upset here from Perez coming onto Kessler's door there. I mean, look at that. Just absolutely masterclass from both of these guys. A couple of mistakes, a little bit left on the table here and there, but it should be interesting to see what the judges call it.
Yeah, 100%. We've only got about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 battles left of this round. It's been a very quick round today. But
Absolutely
not the end. We still have some big battles. We have Ostreka in that Nissan S15 versus Edgecombe, the hairdresser, in the MX5. And then you have McCleary versus Jones and Andrejev versus Sandman. So these battles are nothing to sleep on and will be some absolute banger of battles. And now for
waiting on the judge's decision, trying to figure out who is going to take it and move on. Here we go. We're still waiting on the judge's call, but I mean, Oh, and you still never explained to me, by the way, what is what was it, Bucky or Buckfast? What is that? I gotta know.
Pretty sure it is an alcoholic drink.
Oh, okay. Well, I love me some alcohols.
Yeah, so it's a tonic wine.
Nice.
It's
Not a big wine guy myself.
But you're like this. It's consisting of pure caffeine.
Love it. Now that is a drink I can get behind.
So, yeah. Have you got your kilt on today, Austin?
My kilt?
You know, yeah. You know what a kilt is?
Well, you know what a kilt is. That's the skirt thing that y'all wear over there.
Got a lot of requests to ask you. So, we've got another one. Do you know what haggis is?
Do I know what haggis is? I've heard of it, and I think I have an idea, but tell me what it is.
So basically, it's a savoury pudding that has sheep pork in it, mixed with onion, oatmeal,
Okay.
syrup, spices, and salt and stuff.
Nice. That sounds delicious, actually. I'm going to have to try that out.
I have no idea what sheep's
Tune
pluck is.
into the Driftland page where we upload Austin tries out weird foods from other places.
Oh my god. Okay, we're doing that. American tries Scottish foods.
Canadian,
You know, same thing.
no.
They'll
Don't
always label
do
you the
that.
same thing.
No. Just because I'm in North America does not mean I am American.
Yeah, no, you're in a place called America.
No.
Yeah. North America.
Alrighty, we'll swipe him left for Alexander Perez, swipe him right for Chris Kessler. It's gonna go one
no,
more
one
time.
more
It's
time.
unanimous. They didn't get enough out of this battle. They want to see it again. Ladies and gentlemen, this is gonna be a treat.
Someone said the reason it's called a kilt is because I killed the last person that called it a skirt.
Sorry. It was just the best way I could think of to
You haven't got-
describe it. I know it's called a
Yeah,
kilt. I just think
yeah.
it's the best way I could describe it. You know what? Okay, leave me alone, all right? Because my one of my last names, all right, comes. I have Scottish heritage in me, all right? Just saying.
Yeah, that's even worse. You didn't know what a kilt was.
I do know what a kilt was. The only reason I said skirt is because it was the best way I could think of to describe it. I know it's not called a skirt. It's a kilt.
way.
Leave me alone.
Leave me alone. It's fine. Don't you not worry. And also, black pudding.
Black pudding. I imagine it's just pudding made out of black foods. Like, you know, like blackberries.
It apparently is a distinct regional type of blood sausage originating in the United Kingdom and Ireland. It's made of pork and beef blood.
Fun. I enjoy
But yeah,
eating a good dose
we
of
get
blood in the
one
morning.
time.
But here we go, Alexander Perez.
Vampire.
Alexander Perez versus Chris Kessler. We're gonna get to see him one more time here. The lights are gonna go red, then the lights are gonna go green, and we're gonna get to see them here. Here we go, Alexander Perez in the lead position. Chris Kessler in the chase. Kessler's gonna be able to have another shot
Here
and
we
getting
go.
better on the door of Alexander Perez. Whoa, bumper to bumper!
What is
Side by
that?
side initiation, but falls back just a little bit.
Here we go,
Coming onto the
diving
door of
back in,
Alexander
though.
Perez diving on though, looking at look at that all over the door, but
Yes,
Perez goes
that's-
a big angle into the outside zone here. Look at that
Oh,
big
here we go.
transition here with Kessler all over the side of that S15. Beautiful
buddy.
jump! Wow! Contact over the line, but just pushing each other. You know, they are not leaving any room to be desired. Man, what a day so far, man.
Jason, welcome to Scotland, the only country it's normal for a man to wear a skirt.
Russell Jones asked about mountain oysters.
Yeah, I say, like, see, a lot of people like Buckfast. It's the best thing. And a good, another
Actually,
good
I'm a
thing
big
for
fan
knowing-
of there's a regional drink in Germany. It's like a Fanta Cola
Okay.
kind of thing called Spitzy.
Spitzy.
Spitzy. Here we go. Chris Kessler in the lead position. Alexander Perez in the chase position. Here we go. Look at that. Nice and deep on the door. Kessler, beautiful job in the lead run. Pulling a bit of a gap. Whoa! Perez tossing it in, letting it stick. Jesus, takes the wheel, sending it in onto the side of Kessler. Kessler pulling away at the end of the run.
Oh, hitting the wall. Say not the first time a car has hit its back end onto the wall.
For sure.
Yes. Many of people have wrote their car off on that wall, so that wall isn't new to it. Guys, the wall has feelings, okay? It doesn't like it when you hit it so hard. It just likes a bit of a scratch, not a tap.
You gotta rub it the right way, you know, genie in a bottle.
Yeah, you gotta rub it the right way, and it also translates to the judges. So, you know?
Indeed.
The Wall is also a paid actor in this series, so...
Paid actor. I mean, if you think about it, that's what we are. We're paid actors.
Imagine us on a show.
I feel like that would never get greenlit, ever. Unless it's Netflix. They greenlit everything.
Yeah.
The Alex and Austin show.
Duracell.
Double A batteries.
Sponsored by Duracell. And talking about Duracell, the robot Chris put in on a massive display of his chase driving right here.
That was a bit of a stretch of, of an analogy there, buddy.
But Alexander Perez not leaving anything on the table, pushing.
I feel like we're both losing our Edgecombe at this point.
Oh my god.
Oh, and I had to follow it up with the worst joke, didn't I? Here we go.
You're ruining it.
I'm ruining it.
He's
I'm ruining it.
a-
Oh, mate,
Wait.
ruining it.
Oh no, stop,
Oi,
please.
bruv.
Stop it. Stop
Oi.
it.
Oi, bruv, what you doing at? Yeah. I'm bad, you fucking idiot,
get-
mate.
You're gonna get bullied. Oh no.
I'm already bullied online. I can't
Several
get any more bullied
PP,
online.
several people. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Wow!
Oh my
Several
god.
people are typing.
Oh my god. Help me.
Oi, bruv, you okay? Say
Oh,
here,
no.
sorry,
Oh,
mate. I'm
no.
very alright, mate.
When the average
I'm just-
tourist in
At this point,
Dublin-
I'm fucking taking a piss.
But yeah, they're pushing it onto the door, these two drivers.
Absolutely, beautiful job.
Interesting run there.
Yeah, interesting. Very interesting. Yeah.
Oh no.
Here we go again.
Ah,
Interesting too. The electric boogaloo.
only this series there would be commentating like this.
That's what you get, baby. All original.
Who likes being professional, guys? Like, come on. You have fun
Absolutely
every
nobody.
once in a while.
Gotta have a little bit of fun.
Yeah, come on. Here we go.
Oh,
Swipe
it's
him
my
left
sure
for
goal there,
Alexander
buddy. Oh.
Perez. Swipe him
Swipe up.
right
Swipe.
for Chris Kessler.
Please do not time it. We are not about to get it one more another time
Oh,
again.
no.
Are we?
Oh,
Here we
no.
go. That's 2 votes. It's
Oh,
another
no.
vote time. They just cannot seem to make a decision between Alexander Perez or Chris Kessler. They're going to be setting it for a third, one more time battle. Good. More chances for us to talk about food.
Ah, let's go.
Let's go.
There's a reason they call me the Fat Mike.
Well, no, that's just because you're fat, not because you eat.
Hi! Hey, we'll ignore the mic part though.
I appreciate the fact that these drivers are kissing on track. Guys, we're going to get flagged for 18 plus content here. Careful.
Guys, yeah, come on. Keep feelings to the bedroom.
I can't read this message. It is gibberish to me. Should come to Glasgow, Austin, get some Bucky Dune ye and hit the Garage X. Could you translate that for me, Alex? Could you translate that for me? I'm pretty
you
sure I
should
just had a
come,
stroke.
Austin. You should come to, you should come to Glasgow, Austin. Get some buckfast down you and hit the garage.
Still didn't make any more sense, ladies and gentlemen. Oh,
Basically, he
checked
wants
out.
to get you insanely drunk and work on some cars, I think.
Understandable. Let's
I
go.
don't know.
I will take you up on that offer if you want to pay for a plane ticket and a passport.
And also, if you didn't understand it, it wouldn't be Scottish if you did understand it. Like, come on now.
Fair enough. That is fair. Toad in a hole. Okay.
Yeah, do you not know what a toad in a hole is?
Never heard of it, no.
Basically, do you know what a Yorkshire pudding is?
Heard of it? Oh, it looks like we're going to be moving on to Ostreka and Edgecombe for this
Yeah.
battle.
But anyway, so a toad in a hole is sausages cooked in the oven inside of a Yorkshire pudding, which
Cool.
is very nice.
Also, apparently a garage is slang for a club and not an actual garage. But here we go. Ostreka and Edgecombe. Here we go. Ostreka setting it in. Edgecombe leaving a bit to be desired in the proximity department, but he finally lunges up and gets on the door of Ostreka. Ostreka, look at this. Beautiful job of showing a beautiful lead line, but Edgecombe all over the side of Ostreka. The little Miata that could, everybody. Look at this. Transitioning, getting up on the door. Ostreka trying not to drop the tire. Beautiful job from both of these drivers. Absolutely phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. Interesting. Riveting. Fantastic.
Obviously,
Infallible.
oh God, yeah. Sorry guys, Austin has to go to the hospital as he is having a fit.
I'm having a stroke. Here we go. Tom Edgecombe in the lead position of that little Miata that could now. Look at this. Ostreka entering, handbraking right up onto the door. Pushing. Oh, bit of contact there between him and Asha and Edgecombe here. Edgecombe sending it in. Nice and big on the wide line to that little Miata. Ostreka trying to figure out where it is because the car completely overshadows it. But Edgecombe comes back to the outside. Good, beautiful job.
Him into the wall.
Wow.
What a battle between these two. I don't know. That MX-5 is a bit too small. Is that just me?
Big things come in small packages. That's what my girlfriend told me before she left me.
And other than that, ladies and gentlemen, what an absolute good run from these two drivers. Come on, man, you didn't have to leave us like that.
Oh man,
I felt bad.
Yeah, what a good time. All right, so like, what other interesting foods up there?
So they thought Jason asked you, "Are you on it?"
Or am I on it? Is that slang for am I high or something?
Yeah.
No, unfortunately not. And yes, I
Keyword,
did say
unfortunately.
Yep. Keyword.
Yeah, buddy.
But hopefully within the next few days, because I should have a really fun order coming in soon.
Guy. Oh, this guy.
But let's not talk about that because I could get the stream flagged for drug and alcohol.
Let me just attach a string to Austin and pull him out of the clouds. And we are back. Here we go. So we're waiting for the judge's decision. Here we go. And it still haven't been a decision between Ostreka and Edgecombe here. We're still waiting. But yeah, we'll be waiting. I don't know what to say other than we will be waiting.
Are we are. Are we are the waiting.
We are waiting, my brother.
Little dose of Green Day for you guys. Austin confused about a lot, it seems. Yes, I am very clueless. I walk through life like a blind man without a cane.
Yeah, that's true. What else
man.
did he ask you?
Educate me on such a fine culture such as yours, Alex.
What is your opinion on the fish and chips?
Depends on if you're talking about like actual like fish and French fries. Oh well, here we
No.
go. We have a decision. Ostreka versus Edgecombe, and
Oh my!
here we go again, ladies and gentlemen. We're gonna send them for a one more time battle.
Sorry, the clown's in my room again. Kobe, get out. Okay, right. So here we go for the one more time. And then now you have a shaker in the lead, Tom Edgecombe in the chase.
We're having a great time up here. We're going delirious because this event has gone on quite not for too long, but like, you know, we run out
Only
of
3
steam. We have to
hours.
find something to talk about.
We've only been here for 3 hours. We're starving. We're locked up, chained up. You know, we can't get out.
Indeed.
It's fine. We've got a microphone sitting right in front of us. That's all we need.
Yeah, that's all you need. That's all you need to be stupid online. Here we go. Ostreka in the lead position. Tom, look at that. Entering in right on the door, but losing a bit of ground. I mean, it's understandable. That little Miata probably doesn't have as much power as that S15. But look at that. Lunging back up onto the door on the inside line. Tighter line. Look at that. Beautiful job on the door of Ostreka. Transitioning. Whoa! Getting up on the door.
Push him! Yeah! Let's go!
Beautiful job from Tom Edgecombe putting it up onto the door of that S15. The little Miata that could, ladies and gentlemen. The little Miata that could, and it can, and it has, and it's done. Beautiful job. Now we're going to see how it does in the lead position and how Ostreka can chase it once more in that OMT battle. Here we go. Chase run. Let's go on. So let's go green. And here we go. Tom Edgecombe in the lead position with Ostreka in the chase. Here we go. Edgecombe lighting off the tires. Big flick initiation. Look at that. Nice him on the wide line. Ostreka all over the side of that little Miata. Pushing it. Putting the bumper on the door. Beautiful job from Tom here in the lead position with Ostreka all over him in the chase here. Putting it up. Getting onto the door. Oh, almost straightening coming into that section. A big mistake from Ostreka. This could be the little Miata that could and has and can go into the top 4 with that mistake from Ostreka. This is what happened to Ostreka last time that almost caused him to lose a battle where he almost straightened coming out of that transition. It's the same transition, too, that he almost made a mistake on here. You can look, he comes out, he doesn't quite get the angle he wanted with Tom just running a beautiful lead line on the most power that MX-5 will give him. Beautiful job so far from both of these guys, and I don't know, man. Like, if I was a judge, I think that Tom might have this, to be honest. He ran a beautiful lead line with Ostreka making quite a few mistakes. I mean, I think Ostreka was a bit closer in his chase, but had the big mistake. But here we go. Swiping left for Ostreka, swiping right for Edgecombe. Here we go. Will it be the little Miata that could? And it's not, unfortunately. The Miata does not go any farther than the top 8 with Ostreka getting the win. That is unfortunate. I'm surprised the judges went with that call, but I mean, at the same time, I can see why, unfortunately, the Miata gets knocked out in the top 8, but a beautiful, beautiful showing from the little Miata that could.
Yeah, so Jason has asked Austin, you want to come to my gaff next weekend, mate?
I don't know what that means, and I'm scared.
Insert cricket noises. Austin, not answering.
I don't know what a gaff is. Is that slang for your house, your home, your garage?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Well then, yeah, hell yeah. If you want to again get me a passport and a plane ticket, I'll definitely come over. I also don't know.
Be careful, Austin is a bit quirky.
I am. I'm a bit quirky. But here we go. Russell Jones and Jason McCleary, 2 very, very good drivers. Jason been playing around in the chat with me, but I think it's time for him to go drive, isn't it? Yep. Here we go. Jason McCleary in the lead position with Russell Jones in the chase position. McCleary and Jones. McCleary sends it in. Big initiation and taps the wall! Unfortunately. That's going to be a 0 from McCleary, but he's going to finish out the run anyways. Jones still chasing him, still on the door of that A80 Supra. McCleary coming around the last section of the course, going up towards the wall. He's probably going to be a bit scared of it, I'd imagine. Comes up into it and sends it over the line. Oh, that is unfortunate for Jason.
Maybe not a 0, but it'll be a massive deduction.
And it's going to be a massive deduction with Jason McCleary going straight after tapping the wall on initiation. I'm sure he's had his fair share of that happening, considering he's from here and has been on this track.
Yeah, 100%.
Like it's like drifting PTSD for him. Here we go. Russell Jones in the lead position. Here we go. McCleary in the chase. Here we go. Here we go. 3 times in a row. McCleary all over the side of Russell Jones. You can tell he's mad about what happened. Will it be enough? Getting all over the side of Russell Jones. Look at that. Getting up on the door. Pushing him through the course. Russell Jones putting out a textbook lead run. But McCleary not letting him go at all. Beautiful job from Jason McCleary. Will it be enough? I don't think so, unfortunately, but definitely a way to go out. Going out with a bang, as they say.
Jesus, what a chase run from
Going
Jason
out with a
McCleary.
bangers.
Another banger from Jason McCleary.
Banger from Jason McCleary. Absolute banger.
We've got one more battle left.
An absolute banger.
To fill our... I think we've got a decision, yeah.
We've also still got the OMT between Perez and Kessler to go through as well.
I don't think it was an OMT, you know. I don't know.
Perez and Kessler has it under.
Okay, yeah, and it wasn't an OMT, it went to Perez.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
Because there was
Well,
two
Jason
OMTs.
McCleary and Russell Jones, here we go. Swipe him right, swipe him left. Yeah, unfortunately, Russell Jones gets the win. I don't know why I said unfortunately. I do like Russell Jones. Please do not take that the wrong way. Russell Jones gets the win, but unfortunately for McCleary, that does mean he is out. But yes, mate, I will come over to your, what did you call it again? The gaff? I'll be over at your gaff, mate.
To respond to that, you would say yes, mush.
Oh, yes, mush. I feel like I just said something not good.
Don't worry.
Please don't shoot me.
No, I don't mean anything. It's funny, get reduced.
Please don't curb rash me behind a vehicle on your guys' roads. No thanks.
Well, our roads are very smooth. Trust me, even Scotland has the
now I know you're lying to me, because the people who fix your roads are also the people who fix my roads, and if my roads are bad,
no, you see here, Scotland has the world's smoothest roads. Am I right, everyone?
Smoothest roads.
See, everyone in chat will agree.
The smoothest roads, yeah?
Yeah.
I didn't realize cobblestone could be smooth.
It depends how you do it.
Alrighty, well, we have Sandman going up against Andrejev. This is going to be a really interesting battle here.
See, in Scotland, they tend to just fly.
Ah, I see.
They just float, you know.
See, I didn't realize Scotland even had roads. I thought it was just a series of interconnected dirt pathways.
Oh, wow.
Here we go, Andrejev versus Sandman. Andrejev in the lead position with Sandman in the chase position. Oh, a big initiation from Sandman all over the side of Andrejev.
Simon Sandman
matching the angle. Look at that, all over the door of Andrejev. Andrejev throwing a beautiful time for Sandman to follow. Beautiful job so far with Sandman. Oh, was that a little bit of contact, or was that just lag?
That was lag, but that was a nice...
Unfortunately. But a beautiful run from Sandman into that last corner where he did fall off just a little bit, but you can tell he knew that he had to put it all on the line to be a winner against Andrejev. So let's see how they handle the second half of the run. Also, I can't help but appreciate the people who are trying to use, who are like putting in chat emojis, but typing them out the way that you would on Discord. You know,
yeah, you can tell he uses Discord a lot, God.
Yeah, you can tell he uses Discord a lot, considering he just : ROFL : to me.
ruffle.
Here we go. Look at that. Andrejev all over the door of Sandman, but Sandman not backing down, throwing down a beautiful lead run. Andrejev all over the side of that S15. Beautiful job so far. Look at this, just putting on the pressure. He's telling Sandman he's not letting it happen. Beautiful. Wow.
my
Pushing him
God.
to the end of the track. Wow.
Andrejev is here to stay. Oh my God.
This series is going to kill me, man.
I think, yeah, Andrejev right now will be first in the season standings.
Absolutely. This series is going to kill me, and if not, it'll be the weird foods you people make me try.
Abysmal. But yeah, look at that. Both initiations were just insane. Both basically had the same proximity around the track. Maybe
I think
Andrea
it's going to come down to this last section of the course.
Yeah.
You can see Sandman falls off through this transition, chokes himself off a little bit, whereas Andrejev
Yeah.
just gets all up in Sandman's business through here.
Yeah, that
So
was
let me
amazing.
smell that door, boy.
That was amazing from Andrejev, but Sandman running a beautiful lead line for Andrejev to push him around.
Beautiful job so far. This is going to be a really interesting top four for sure. With Andrejev and Sandman being the last two drivers to go at it to make it into that top four position. So let's see how we get on, boys.
Yeah, and what else have we got to ask you, Austin? Oh, right.
Has this just become the Austin Q&A?
Yes,
Okay.
this is what we like doing. Asking American. Asking American.
Canadian.
Okay, well, Canadian. Are you happy?
Keep calling me an American and I'll make like one and shoot you.
Okay.
Drive by in
anyway.
the hood. Or sorry, wait, I can't. It'll be more like a horse-drawn carriage by, considering your guys,
Okay.
you're in Scotland.
That's
It's the one more time between Daniel Andrejev and Simon Sandman. Unanimously, one more time. Seems like the judges didn't quite get enough out of that battle.
I
They
missed
wanted
that.
one more time.
Yeah, it appears that. Oh my God, Andrea flying past. He's like, hang on, the start line. Come
My
on.
boy still thinks he's on the Autobahn. Tired up here, ladies and gentlemen.
I think it's just you, old man.
Oh, old man.
I got you there.
You're ruining it.
You're ruining it.
You're ruining it.
You're ruining it.
Alrighty, here we go. Daniel Andrejev in the lead position
here
with
we
Sandman
go.
following close behind. Here we go. Sandman, big initiation, trying to get up on the door of Andrejev. Andrejev dropping tires, not quite having the angle he needs to make it through
Here
that
we
right
go.
corner. Sandman all over the side of him now, pushing, putting the
Pushing
aggression
it.
on, putting the pressure on to Daniel Andrejev. Now he manages to make that transition better than he did before. He's all over the side of him, pushing Andrejev up. This could be enough to upset this battle for sure. Definitely an interesting battle so far.
Yeah, I think Austin, you would very like Scousers.
Scouses?
Yeah.
The hell is a scouse?
Liverpool.
Huh?
Liverpool.
Isn't that a place?
Liverpool.
Alrighty, here we go. Sandman in the lead position now. Andrejev in the chase now. Andrejev made quite a big mistake.
Andrejev!
Oh, wow!
Dropping
All over the
wheels!
side of Sandman, but dropping wheels. I think Sandman was also dropping a tire here, but looking really good out here on his lead line is Sandman. Andrejev also dropping wheels there. This could be an upset. Sandman!
Run!
Andrejev all over the door, bumping across the line. Wow! Both of these guys fighting as hard as they can. Both of them want that top four position. Man, what a battle. And I'm getting information, by the way, that Sandman is from Sweden.
Yeah. The IKEA man himself.
Okay, that's let's just put all the stereotypes out there, shall we?
Okay, listen,
Sweden's only
IKEA
claim
is...
to fame.
Yeah,
No, you know
IKEA...
what? Sweden's also got another claim to fame. Volvo, thank you very much.
Swedish meatballs are amazing, okay?
Indeed,
Have you ever
indeed.
had IKEA meatballs?
I thought IKEA sold furniture.
Yeah, but they have cafes inside them with Swedish food.
Huh. Well, let's see. Swiping left for Daniel Andrejev, swiping right for Sandman, and look at that! Simon Sandman gets the win!
Oh my
He takes
God.
out the giant that is Daniel Andrejev and moves on to the top 4. Andrejev made it quite far, but he's going to have to pack it up, send it home on the trailer, and Simon Sandman gets to move on to the top 4. Ladies and gentlemen, our top 4 is finally rounded out. We have Perez versus Ostreka, and then Jones versus Sandman. Who is going to make it to the finals, and who's going to take that step on the podium? Ladies and gentlemen, stay tuned to find out. Man, this is climaxing to be a very good battle. Very good.
Yeah,
very good.
We've slowly been taking the filter off over this round.
Indeed. It starts peeling away, doesn't it?
Yeah. As we start forgetting.
We
But
start forgetting that there are rules.
well, that was an amazing battle. GG's to both drivers, Simon Sandman and Daniel Andrejev. Andrejev putting on a show and showing why he is top in the championship. But will Darius Ostreka take that away from him? We will find out after this battle.
Alexander Perez and Darius Ostreka, both of these guys, very phenomenal drivers. Both S15s, both of these guys showing up, showing out, showing everybody that they are some of the top dogs of this event. So, Alexander Perez, Darius Ostreka, both of these guys, we're going to send them here at any moment here. The lights go red, the lights go green. Here we go for your final 4 battle. Alexander Perez, Darius Ostreka. Here we go, Alexander Perez getting a big side-by-side initiation from Darius Ostreka.
Oh,
He falls back.
it
Perez
is.
dropping tires. Coming around the inside clip, Darius Ostreka getting up onto the side of that S15. Look at this beautiful jump. Coming in, putting the pressure onto Alexander Perez, but Perez not phased at all, putting down a beautiful lead run.
On his
He may have made a mistake at the start, but he's not letting it get to a beautiful lead run from Alexander Perez. Ostreka, beautiful chase run, absolutely phenomenal. Just a fantastic showing from both of these drivers. The top 4 is where it gets exciting, folks. Make sure to stay tuned. Make sure to stay watching. Even if your favorite driver's out, you still got to watch the action. That is this battle. This is going to be insane. The second half of the battle, here we go. Alexander Perez, Darius Ostreka. Ostreka in the lead position. Perez in the chase. Here we go. Ready to send it in. Ostreka with a big flick initiation. Oh, wow. Perez all side of Ostreka. He is not backing down, putting the pressure on Ostreka. Ostreka throwing down a beautiful lead run. Perez all over the side of him, pushing him through the course. Big transition, getting up onto the side. Tighter line, but he's all up wheel to wheel, door to door. Ladies and gentlemen, SVDS Final 4. Wow.
Are you not entertained? But
Just
oh my God,
phenomenal showing. I swear to God, I think I'm losing my voice, man. I can't
have
go as loud
the
as I used
decision.
to. We already have the decision.
But we
Putting
can't.
Ostreka.
Oh yeah, we can.
We can say it. It's the top 4. It's the top 4. We can show
Yeah,
it.
yeah. We can do. Yeah, I'm sorry, brain fat.
Absolutely. But here we go. Swiping left for Perez. Swiping right for Ostreka. Here we go. Judges making the decision. 1, 2, 3. Unanimously, Ostreka moves on to the finals. But keep in mind, it's not over yet for Alexander Perez. He can still go in for that 3rd place battle and take a step on the podium in that 4th place or in that 3rd place battle. But Darius Ostreka moving on to the finals. He will be in contention for that top step. So we're gonna move over to our other battle. It's gonna be Sandman versus. I just completely forgot ran out of talent, ran out of words to say. It's gonna be Russell Jones versus Sandman. Both of those drivers phenomenal. Sandman took out Andrejev to get here, so he's gonna be on a heater. He's gonna be steaming with talent here. Gonna be trying to go up against Russell Jones and finish out round out the top 4 here and finish out this battle. See who's gonna go on to the finals. Sandman definitely showing his talent today by beating Andrejev, but Jones not exactly having it easy either, having some pretty tough battles, especially against Samos there back in the top 16.
This is going to be insane, man.
This is going to be a great
battle. Everyone's joining it. Right, so that's IKEA man versus Jones.
IKEA versus Home Depot.
Here we go. Home Depot coming to the line.
The battle of the hardware stores, ladies and gentlemen.
God.
Home Depot versus IKEA. That's what this is, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, warming up the tires is Simon Sandman, the IKEA man himself, ready to go up against Home Depot, Russell Jones. I swear, if after this round Russell Jones doesn't put a Home Depot sticker on his car, that I'm done. I'm leaving.
If I don't see an IKEA livery on that S15, I'll be disappointed.
Absolutely, ladies and gentlemen, here we go for the second battle of our top 4. Simon Simmons versus Russell Jones. Who's going to take it? Who's going to move into the finals? And who's going to go up against Alexander Perez for that 3rd place podium? Let's see if we can, let's see who's going to take it here. Simon Sandman, Russell Jones, here we go. Final 4, the lights are going to go red, then they'll go green, and we will get a phenomenal battle here. Russell Jones taking off in that lead lane. Here we go. Simon Sandman not going to back down. He knows what he's got to do. He's flicking it in. Russell Jones, beautiful station with Sandman all over the side of that GR86, pushing him through, matching the angle, matching the line, almost to a T. Simon Sandman all over the side of Russell Jones.
What a transition, diving in!
Transition, diving in onto the side of that GR86. Wow!
Oh my God!
What a battle! Simon Sandman not backing down whatsoever, with Russell Jones putting out a textbook lead line. Ladies and gentlemen, if you are just tuning in now, this is the climax. This is the end. This is the final. Well, this isn't the finals, but this is the top 4. Who's going to go into the finals? Ladies and gentlemen, this is the second half of the battle. Simon Sandman now in the lead position with Russell Jones in the chase position. Ladies and gentlemen, keep in mind, Series 2 is coming, and if you want more action, or if you want to be part of the action, February the 24th, driver entry tickets do go live. So make sure to watch the SVDS social media pages at Scottish Virtual Drift Series. But ladies and gentlemen, you're getting to watch the live thing right here. Simon Sandman.
Here we go.
Russell Jones all over the side of that S15. Pushing in, doing the same. Look at that. He's pushing him through the course. Maybe not quite as much proximity, but pushing in, mashing the angle now of Simon Sandman. But Sandman
big transition. Oh no, Russell.
Wow, finishing up the run.
My
Russell
God.
Jones falling back just a little bit. Wow. I can't, man. I'm running out of energy. My voice is losing steam, and it's not even the finals yet.
Can we get a no doctor?
Oh, doctor, look at this.
Amazing.
Oh, please ignore the voice crack. My voice is on its last legs. I probably will not have a speaking voice by the end of today, but ladies and gentlemen, it is so worth it. The amount of energy moving through these vehicles, the amount of talent moving through this entire competition. I am honored to become the new commentator for this series, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for having me be a part of this, because I cannot fathom the amount of talent in this series and this track. All the sponsors, everybody. I'd like to thank everyone: Haltech, Driftland, Violent D, Mclellan Motorsport, Trade Parts, KDKustoms, Dorifest, TD Tyres, Edmonstone Garage, Scope Brandings, and Spelthorne Tennis. Everybody, thank you so much for making this event what it is, because look at the amount of talent and the amount of craziness that is going on today, ladies and gentlemen. Who is going to move into the finals? Who's going to go to the 3rd place battle? Will it be Simon Sandman going up against Ostreka for the finals, or will it be Russell Jones? Who is it going to be? The judges, I do not envy them. They have a intense job having to decide between the absolute perfection on display here at this this round, ladies and gentlemen. We've got the energy. We've got it back. We're here. We're watching. Please stay tuned. Stay watching. Alex over here just dumbfounded. He's screaming. We're just going to continue talking. I don't care what comes out of my mouth at this point. We can't stop. We can't stop. Ain't no stopping. We are waiting for the judge's decision on this battle, and man, do they have a hard one to do. Please, ladies and gentlemen, please stay tuned. Stay tuned, because after this, we go into our finals. We go into our top 3 battle, and we get to see who takes the steps on the podium. But first, who is going to make it into the finals? Will it be Russell? Will it be Simon? We are going to keep this going. We are going to keep the energy going. Keep it up. Keep it going. Here we go. Bouncing everything. Bouncing back and forth. Here we go. Alex, what do you think? What are you thinking on this, man? You got to keep this up.
And guess what? We have a decision.
We have a decision, ladies and gentlemen. Swipe him left for Russell Jones. Swipe him right for Simon Sandman. Judges, 1, 2, 3. Simon Sandman moves on to the finals. Russell Jones, again, not over for him. He gets to go against his friend, Walk or Alexander Perez. We keep that in mind. They still have a chance at a third step on the podium
right now.
And it looks like they're going to go into that third place battle right now. Alexander Perez versus Russell Jones. Ladies and gentlemen, here we go.
IKEA meatballs for the win, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go.
Indeed, indeed, indeed. Here we go. We have Russell Jones versus Alexander Perez. My voice is going out, ladies and gentlemen, but I'm going to try and keep it all together. Perez and Russell Jones, both of these guys, very phenomenal drivers. Two very different cars
take
here.
a sip of water.
I don't have any water to sip, my boy. I'm done. It's over. It's all over. It might be over for me, but we're going to try and keep going. Alexander Perez, Russell Jones. This guy was born next to a nuclear power plant. He has an IQ of 2. He was hit in the head with several rocks as a child, but boy, can this guy drift a car.
Oh my God. He's hit another level, guys.
I've hit the memes. We've gone to the memes time. We've taken the memes out. That's what's happening. We are doing this.
I'll add Austin. Officially, everyone
Absolutely
has died.
No, yep, I'm dying. That's what. Ladies and gentlemen, the third place battle. This could not get any more tense. We have Alexander Perez, somebody who has fought his hardest to get through this part of this series. We have Russell Jones, who has had an uphill battle throughout the entire event. Man, are you ready to rock, ladies and gentlemen? The Scottish Virtual Drift Series, SVDS, one of the best series out there right now, ladies and gentlemen, and we are only going to get better. Keep in mind, Series 2 is coming, and we'll give you more details at the end of this run. Here we go. Alexander Perez in the lead position. Russel Jones in the chase. Here we go. Door-to-door initiation. Russell Jones dropping tires behind Alexander Perez, trying to get up onto the door. Perez coming into turn 5 into the decel zone. Big angle from Alexander Perez. Russell Jones all over the side of him. Here we go. Pushing through the final corner. Alexander Perez on the white line, on the door is Russell Jones. Wow. Man.
Oh my God.
Phenomenal battle so far, back and forth, just wow. Everybody doing a phenomenal job here, ladies and gentlemen. Please, please, please stay tuned. This is only going to get better from here, because after this battle, after we see who is going to take this, we will, if it's a one more time, we'll announce it. But keep in mind, after this battle, we will not be announcing until we go to the podium if we have a winner. But here we go. Russell Jones in the lead position, Alexander Perez in the chase position. Here we go. Russell Jones out on the outside wide line. Perez not quite as close as Russell Jones was, but there was no tire drop here from Russell Jones, so keep that in mind. Here we go. Alexander Perez launching in, up onto the door, pushing each other through the slower section of the track.
There we go.
Finishing up the run, Alexander Perez all over the side of Russell Jones. A beautiful, beautiful job. Wow, I can't speak. My voice, it is gone. Woo! Ladies and gentlemen, if you are not entertained, I don't know what will entertain you. This is got to be one of the closest battles I have ever seen.
And we will move straight on to the final battle. And Austin is going to give us a special here if he does look at his DMs.
Absolutely. I'm going to be looking at my DMs here, waiting for Alex to message me. Okay, here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to line up our final battle. It is going to be Darius Ostreka versus Mr. Oh man, this is gonna be one hell of a battle. It's gonna be
Here we
Darius
go.
Ostreka versus Simon Sandman. It's gonna be one hell of a battle. S15 versus S15. You know the S chassis have got it, man. They are some of the most incredible, absolutely capable drift chassis. And wow, it's gonna be absolutely insane. Ladies and gentlemen, I know that we don't have a live crowd, but I've got something special planned for this run. We are gonna scream it from the rooftops.
Hey,
Everybody.
Okay, we did this last round. Let's get a virtual Mexican wave. So everyone, go to the emojis, get the wave icon, and let's go.
Yeah, let's get a wave going in chat. Everybody go to your emojis. Get your waving emojis. Hands up emojis. Everybody throw it up. Throw it up in the chat. Throw your waving emojis. Throw whatever emojis you want to do in there. We want to see you guys running. Come on, don't leave us hanging. Start putting it in there. Who is hyped? Who is hyped for this run? This is going to be one of the most intense battles you've seen all day. Simon Sandman, the underdog of the day, going up against the titan that is Darius Ostreka. Ostreka has had uphill battle after uphill battle for this entire run, for this entire event, but Simon Sandman has shown that he is capable. He is a very phenomenal driver. The Swede versus the man, the myth, the legend, Darius Ostreka. Man, this is going to be one hell of a finals fight. Here we go. Look at that. Everybody waving in chat. Let's get that wave. Keep it going. Keep it going. Ladies and gentlemen, are we going to have a finals battle or not? We have Simon Sandman, Darius Ostreka. Here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, I could not be more hyped for this, and you guys better be too. Alex, how are we doing for the waves? Are they still going? Are we still going? We've got the waves. We've got the chicken legs. Feels amazing, man. We're having a good time. Simon Sandman and Darius Ostreka. Here we go. Ostreka going to be in the lead, I believe, and Simon Sandman in the chase. We're going to see how we go. Ladies and gentlemen, this could not be going any better. This event is going to be absolutely insane. Here we go. Ostreka at the line. Simon Sandman also at the line.
Silence.
Here we go.
The silence before the storm. Ladies and gentlemen,
rise
are you ready?
with the lights. Hit it.
Come on.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's come to this. It's all come down to this. The final battle at the Scottish Virtual Drift Series SVDS. The lights are going to go red. You've seen it 1,000 times before, but I've got to tell you again, the lights are going to go red. They'll go to green, and these drivers are going to take off coming out of here. Out of the start chicane. Here we go. We're going to get them ready to go here. Ladies and gentlemen, I cannot be more excited. Here we go. As those lights go green, ladies and gentlemen, Sandman versus Ostreka coming up to the initiation. Let's send in Driftland. Beautiful job. Here we go. Sandman all over the door of Ostreka. Ostreka doing a beautiful job in the lead position, but Sandman not giving it an inch. All over that. Beautiful job. Not even a paper, not even a place in the air.
Oh my God.
All over the door of the Sadowskis. Yes! Job, ladies and gentlemen, it does not get better than this. Oh, I cannot imagine, dude. This is so crazy. That was the best chase run I have seen all day, and Ostreka has got to follow it up. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is going to be the craziest battle ever. We've already got the first half of it. It's going to be so insane. Here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, Sandman has beat the impossible odds. Ostreka, just a robot, knows what he's doing. Here we go. Sandman into the initiation. Here we go. Ostreka all over the side of the door. The initiation. It's unfathomable. It's unbelievable. All over the door. Sandman throwing a beautiful, beautiful lead run. Dropping a bit of a tire there over the white line. Ostreka onto the door. Bumper. Ladies and gentlemen, your finalists. Oh, man! If you weren't a fan of the Scottish Virtual Drift Series before and you were watching this round, I don't know how you couldn't be a fan of it. Ladies and gentlemen, the amount of sheer talent on display here is just unbelievable. I cannot comprehend. It is just so crazy. Look at the chase runs here. Ostreka on the initiation, but Sandman also not wavering. Look at this. Sandman matching the angle, having a bit more proximity than Ostreka did through this section, whereas Ostreka had it better on the initiation, but finishing out the run. Ladies and gentlemen, I couldn't make a decision if I even wanted to. I couldn't make a decision. I cannot imagine the judges having to make a decision here. I just can't. It's so impossible to make a decision here, and I cannot imagine the judges having to do it. They're going to have to choose who's going to stand on the top step of the podium. They're going to have to choose whether or not somebody is going to win and somebody is going to lose. Ladies and gentlemen, we will be taking it to the podium if they make a decision. Will it go OMT? Who knows? But it's just, I cannot fathom this decision. It's so crazy. Ladies and gentlemen, drop the waves in chat. Drop the exclamation points. Drop the flames. Drop the hearts. Drop whatever. Everybody in the chat, give us some love. Give everybody some love. Share this to your friends. Show them the clips. Show them all the battles. Let's push this series to the top because, ladies and gentlemen, this has been the craziest series I have ever seen. Alex, I gotta know, what's your opinion on this, my man? What I can't keep going like this. You gotta tell them how it's going.
Speechless.
Absolutely speechless. I'm only talking because I have to.
I just don't know. It's crazy. It's such a close battle.
Absolutely speechless, man. It's so crazy. Just the amount of talent on display here at this event. I mean, look at the replays. Like, you cannot deny that these are some of the best drivers in the world, I'd even say. Just absolutely phenomenal. Sandman coming up from the ground up, putting it on the door of Darius Ostreka, the absolute giant of this event. The decisions are in.
So what we're going to do is we're going to wait a second, let them prep the drivers. We're going to announce the top 3, and then we will join their voice chat and get some interviews with the drivers.
Absolutely, but keep in mind, ladies and gentlemen, while I've got you here again, while we're waiting to get the drivers lined up, and I hate to beat the dead horse, but we got to keep reminding you, Series 2 is coming, and if you want in on this action, if you think you can compete with some of the best like these guys right here, keep in mind that the tickets for the drivers' entries go live February the 24th, so keep an eye out on the social media of the SVDS, Instagram and Facebook both at Scottish Virtual Drift Series. Please, if you want to be a part of this, you got to be there. You got to be watching, because keep in mind, these guys, the last time these tickets went out for sale, they were sold out in 15 minutes. So you got to be on top of it. You got to make sure that you're watching. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been SVDS. Please stay tuned, because we're going to be announcing our winners here in just a moment as we get our drivers lined up.
And I think we're going to go join the voice chat with them. So we're going to go head over to our top 4 drivers in the voice chat.
I'll take care.
Okay, we are on the live, guys.
Ladies
All right.
and gentlemen, our judges, we're about to announce the winners. Our 3rd place, 2nd place, and most importantly, 1st place. Judges, take it away.
All right. So in 3rd place, with a very, very tough battle ahead of him, we have Mr. Alex Perez. Congratulations on your 3rd place. And
Alexander Perez with the 3rd place. Beautiful finish.
yeah. And now for our winner of round 3 of the SVDS Virtual Championship is Mr. Darius Ostreka. Congratulations.
Darius Ostreka takes the win. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. Take a look at these guys. They've had a hard fight. Darius Ostreka takes the win here at SVDS round 3, and a beautiful job beside the Sandman, who has overcome impossible odds to take that 2nd step on the podium. Ladies and gentlemen, it does not get better than this. Make sure you're tuned in for the next round, and make sure you're watching for February 24th when the tickets do go live for your driver entries. There is a cap, so make sure that you're there, you're watching, and you get in immediately. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much, and that is
Also, awesome. There's a hard charger you forgot about.
McCleary is hard charger. So the hard charger goes to Jason McCleary. He'll be taking the hard charger prize money. Yeah, we'll get some interviews with the drivers first. Yeah, that will be it after we get.
Hey, Artix.
What
is a chair cannon?
Get on the chair.
So we'll be going to private chats for interviews. So there you go.
Artix, more chair time.
Alright, so we'll be interviewing.
I need one of y'all to. Y'all need to interview the drivers, man. My voice is gone. Thank you so much, everybody, for watching the series. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. And if you you want to stick around for the driver interviews, we will be having some of those here in just a moment.
Okay. So we'll be dragging fourth place Russell Jones. Hello? Russell?
Hello?
Yeah, so you had a very good performance today, and I'd just like to ask you some questions. So, how for coming this far, you must be happy, right? What are your feelings right
Oh, absolutely. It's my first comp in a while.
now? Yeah.
I got pretty lucky on a couple of them, so yeah, I'm just gonna try it harder next time and close up the proximity. Get some more practice in VR.
Yeah, is there anyone you would like to thank?
I'd like to thank my mom and Farley Baldmer for starting the club and getting us all together, and the staff at SVDS. I really appreciate y'all doing this for us. Provides great practice, and it's just always a good time.
All right, man, thank you for that. And we'll be moving on to our third place finisher, which has left the voice chat, so we will not be doing that. So we'll be moving.
We can get our second place guy in here. It's going to be Simon Sandman.
Yep. Which I don't know. It's Simon. I don't know if you have a mic, but type in chat.
Yeah, I do.
There you go. Here. So, what are your feelings right now after getting second place? Obviously, it's in battle with Darius Ostreka. Like, you have put down some of the nicest runs all day. So, how are you feeling, man?
I don't know really. I feel amazing somehow because this is like I think this is the first event I'm actually making it this far, and I've been feeling so tired all day.
Yeah.
Because I was coming from FTC earlier and just jumping on this immediately. So.
So obviously, very emotional day for you, roller coaster. Say anyone you would like to thank?
The Drift Time community for supporting me. Definitely.
100%, man. Thank you for competing, and yeah, that is it. So, guys, thank you for watching today, and this has been SVDS Round 3, and I am Alex, and the other one is Austin, and we'll see you later.
Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Have yourself a good one, and tune in next time.